everybody. Welcome to the Elijah Sisters podcast. We are so excited to be with you here tonight and so ready to get into this conversation. It is already the month of July. Welcome, July. We are in the seventh month of the year. I cannot believe how fast this year has gone by. I don't know if that means 2024 is excited to get through the year or if it's ready to get out of here. It may be ready to get out of here since it's an election year. I think it is ready to,
Can we be
already
done?
done. But anyway, I woke up this morning and I was just like, it is freaking July.
Yes.
And we are already good into the summer. Thankfully, here in Colorado, we got a little reprieve from the heat, and it is only in the 80s today because it has been super hot. So it's a little cool. In fact, I don't even have the air on in the apartment today, which is wonderful because it has been on with my husband. It is always on full tilt around here. So we get a little bit of a rest. So happy birthday to all of our listeners whose birthdays this month. Happy anniversary to all of our listeners who are celebrating July. And so we just want to celebrate with you. Before we get into the show, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so that you're getting all of our amazing content that drops. We don't want you to miss anything, not just the Elijah Sisters collaborative content, but all of the individual content that comes out, because you don't want to miss anything. And why would you? We're the Elijah Sisters. You want to get everything that we have going. And it's constantly coming. So it's been an amazing couple of weeks, actually days of information, stuff going on television and the news. So let's just get right into it. Well, I have to just tell you all that last week, I got to check something off my personal bucket list, life list, I like to say. And I got to go to a T.I. concert here in Greeley. And I was so
okay.
I've always wanted to see him in concert. He was part of our Greeley Stampede. And he actually gives an amazing concert. I was extremely impressed. He covered his 20-year catalog in the night, and when he came on stage, he came out the gate and just hit it.
I know he did, yeah.
Let me tell you, girl, I'm not a lover of trap music as a genre, but I am a T.I. fan.
It's something about the way especially the way when he came out, like, what you know about that? Like,
He just put a little extra sauce on here. He put a little extra sauce on his stuff. It's something about his man, because and once in a while, I still throw some Rubber Band Man on him every once in a while.
Okay. Rubber Band Man. I was like,
and once in a while, you look a little quick Rubber Band Man, throw it on, you know.
What? Who am I?
Rubber Band Man. Wow, that's what? 47. Okay, let me stop it. Don't do it.
Right, don't get no.
So he started with Rubber Band Man, and we
were really
after that.
I would have been done for the night. I would have been done. No,
right.
You can't start me with Rubber Band Man.
He started with Rubber Band Man, and he ended with What You Know About That. So we was.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I would have had to sleep the rest of the day because I would have been exhausted.
Yeah, and I wouldn't know the songs in the middle either.
No, I don't know all his stuff, but a lot of his charting stuff and hits like that I know. I never owned like a T.I. album.
Once he started it, I was like, oh, I heard that on the radio.
Right.
I'm familiar with that. So the only one that he did that had everybody like going bananas for sure was what's the one he does for women? I had it at the top of my tongue.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what? I know what you like. So that one.
I think I
remember that one.
That was the one of his big hits. But he had several of them that once I heard them, I was like, oh yeah, I knew that one for sure. But he just did good. He just made me really proud.
Whatever you like.
yeah. Whatever you
Oh,
like.
okay.
That one, I remember when I heard it. That I liked him, but I fell in love with him with that one because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's so empowering. But he came out and he was very ingratiating to the town. Because I think one of the reasons why I really wanted to see him in concert was he's grown on me as a person. Like the way he speaks, his intelligence, what he does for his community. He's really changed. He's evolved. I mean, he's not perfect, of course, but
no.
Just overall, because I can look through things, past things as a person, the way overall he is as a father, way he feels about his community, way he feels about Black men, just just a lot of things about him impressed me. So I just really had just seen, and then when I saw him at the 50th, 50 years of celebrating hip hop, and I saw how he really just came and hit it, I was just like, man, I really want to see him. So he really did. He really did an amazing job. I just really was impressed, and I love an artist who knows they're giving you a good show. So he didn't waste time. The moment they introduced him, he hit it. He hit the song and just came out. He did an amazing job communicating, engaging the audience, and he just did a lot. The other one he did, which I remember, was "Bring 'Em Out." That "Bring 'Em Out, Bring 'Em Out."
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
yes. I
can hear you. Oh, I want to sing it so bad right now.
He did a really good job.
That used to be my song.
He did his portion of Blurred Lines. Well, so that told me, I said, oh, he must have publishing on that because he did his part.
I think he is in the credits in the he could.
So he did a good solid about hour. He never really stopped. And because with us coming from having a father was a performer before he was a minister, I find myself, when I watch anybody perform, I dissect everything, the music, the sound, the staging, everything. So I don't just go to a concert, I'm looking at everything. And I was impressed. Now, he was opened by Waka Flocka. And exactly, that's how
you can't win them all. And it's not even saying he's bad. I've just never been a Waka Flocka. I just not like that.
And that's how I felt. And I was like,
I don't know any of his songs.
I didn't know any of his songs either. And I didn't dislike Waka. It was just
right.
The people that were sitting behind me, because I make friends everywhere. People sitting behind me, we all started chit chatting, and I said I felt old sitting there because I was like, is this what the children is listening to? I don't.
It's not really that you old. It's just because I'm like, he would have been I would have been around the age that he.
Yeah, he's not making music anymore. I don't think.
It's just he never was just he never did anything for me like that. He just.
I'm gonna tell you,
he just never did.
Because he came out after T.I., I think.
Yeah, so I'm saying I'm in the demo age range. He just was like, I never was just like, this is fine. It was just like, hey.
I know that he loves a rock type feel to his style, and he did a lot of headbanging type stuff. But here's the thing I noticed about his music: almost every song sounded just alike.
Yikes!
And
that I do remember hearing, because he's popular, especially when he first, not so much now because they don't really put anything out, but he's popular. He was a popular artist. And so when I was still watching music videos and listening to the radio, he did have hits. He did have stuff on the charts. And that is not a new issue that I noticed. He has a sound T.I. has a sound that's just this is T.I.'s sound.
Right.
Waka has a sound that's is this the same song?
And that was something I was telling people sitting behind me. I was like, I could never necessarily tell when one song stopped and the next song started. I don't know if he took a breath or is that the hook or I don't. T.I. is it's like Busta or Luda. they're so versatile and they can do so many different flows and different, like you can hear their albums and you're gonna get a lot of different things. But I had such a headache listening to Waka, and I wanted to get something from it. I just really did. The only song I actually liked was he did a song dedicated to his friend that just died from cancer. And it was a pretty good song.
Okay.
But other than that, I was just like,
it probably sounded different than the other ones.
It was slow. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
But you know, I went on his Snapchat and his Instagram and told him thank you for coming to Greeley. We appreciate it. I was being kind. But other than that, I was just like, now here's what I will say about Waka Flocka, because I do follow his social media. I think he's amazing as a humanitarian. He does phenomenal things in his community. Phenomenal. He's bought whole apartment complexes and gave back. He's about eating well, living well. So as a person, I really do admire him. But music, I'm good.
Well, that's kind of that's part of the reason he's not even really putting out a lot of music. Like he kind of don't.
No, he's not.
He doesn't really want to. Like he kind of wants to just do that kind of stuff. He doesn't really want to do that anymore. He doesn't even really want to tour. That's why he'll do like stuff like opening for T.I. or something like that. But just he's not like he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do that.
Yeah,
so he doesn't.
About 5 or 6 years. He just said I'm done. And he had been going hard for so many years. He really doesn't have to. I actually was shocked to see his name on the bill.
Yeah, so I think he cause kind of just now he'll come do some somebody like a T.I. who he's cool, he'll do something like that, but just he's not really in it like that anymore. He doesn't need to. Listen, we gonna be honest. He don't. He doesn't. He's good. He's real good.
But I was so impressed with T.I. and I would because that was an outdoor event, and this is what happened because it was outdoors and they had. The Stampede has like the rodeo stuff and different things going on. I got to see my first what do they call it? Mutton bucking.
Oh.
That's when they do the sheep like the bulls.
Oh, okay. I've seen that. I forgot that was the name. I've seen it, but I didn't know that was either. I forgot I didn't know that.
Them little children was riding them little sheep.
Yes. Oh yes. They got to start somewhere because they can't put them on a bull.
They was riding, and listen, I didn't know sheep buck like that.
Yes.
Sheep was bucking.
Oh, yes.
Like a mechanical bull.
But the space where the arena was, where the conference happened, was like, there was lots of dirt and stuff out there because that's where the actual rodeos happen. I was in the stands because Leah don't do dirt. But in between Waka and T.I., we had a storm come through, and it was like lightning and everything. Now these people were so liquored up, and it was lots of, because weed is legal here in Colorado, lots of herbalations happening in the atmosphere.
Herbalate.
It's like
herbalate.
It's lightning like touching down around us.
Oh my
God! Just standing there, and they literally said, "You can stay here or take cover in the stands." They just stood there. Like, they stood there a good 10-15 minutes, and I was just like, they must be real feeling good out there. It wouldn't have took but one time, but Leah would have been gone. So it was about an hour in between both sets before T.I. came out. Now, a lot of people were saying he's going to leave. And I said, from what I've watched following him, he seems like a person that's very integral and a person that would want to give people a good concert. He waited till everything passed, and I think that's the other reason why he just came out and went straight into the concert, because he knew people were waiting. And he
he already waited an hour. Why do a whole bunch of build up?
Right, and he gave a solid show. But Waka had people waiting about 5-10 minutes, like they were just building it up, and they had the DJ out there doing stuff. I kept looking, I was like, where is he at? Why is it? No, to me, this is just my unpopular opinion. I was like, he's not such an awesome rapper that we need all these people to come out here and get out here and do the darn show. Like,
yeah. It's some people.
It's like, hey, somebody go back there and tell Walker to come on.
For real. Somebody call his mama. Somebody call his mama. She'll get him. Come get your son. But like, some people build me up. You drag it out. I would be all for it. He's not.
I'll wait all night for Eminem. I'm good.
Man, he's not. The Flocka is not something I'm gonna sit here and do all this for.
No, I was. Listen, I was a fan and I was annoyed. Like, sir.
Especially because I'm like, if we're gonna be for real, if I was there, I'd have been like, I'm here to see T.I., so let's get the show right. Like, I'm doing you a courtesy at this point.
And I actually think they were co-headlining because I think he did close to an hour. And I actually was like, I thought he was at the opener because after about 20 minutes, I was like, why is he still out here?
I mean, I was gonna say he does have enough.
They might flip according to the areas that they're in.
Like, he does have enough notoriety to where it's not a bad. It's not like an unbelievable thing if they were go ahead. Like, it's not. But me in my mind, I'm not. I'm here to see T.I. Y'all can co-headline if you want to. I'm here to see T.I.
I feel like you co-headline in Atlanta. You don't do that crap out here in Greeley. You want T.I.
You know, hey. Obviously, if he's on the thing, it's people that want to see him. But I'm not one of those people that's just like. I would not have been happy with all that. I would have just been like, let's wrap all this up. Let's wrap this build up. Come on.
My next one that's coming up is Missy Elliott, and I'm super excited about that.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my
god! Now that's man.
Oh my! Every time I see that commercial, I'll be like, oh, I want to go so bad.
I know. Every time I see anything talking about it, yes. Why y'all keep just tormenting me with this? Cause wish he was here.
And Missy looks so good.
I know.
Don't she though? And it's gonna be Missy, Busta, Sierra, and Tim.
I was like, every time I see anything
it's
about
too
it.
much.
Every time I see something about it, I'm just like, y'all doing too. Y'all is wrong for this. I'm gonna have to see if somebody. I'm gonna keep looking because I'm like, I need to see this concert. I just need to see one, just somebody with a good enough, decent quality. Just let me see it because I'm not making it to one. So just let me see the concert.
I'm looking forward to that. So the BET Awards happened Sunday night, and I know I talked all that trash that I wasn't gonna watch it, but my husband watched it. He wanted to watch it, and I seriously wasn't gonna watch it. Like, I would wake up like the Sunday morning. He was like, "Are you watching?" And I was like, "No, I'm not watching it." But when you're married, you make compromises, and Sunday is our day it's like our date day. So it was on, and so I was like, okay, I'll watch it. So I did watch it. And it wasn't the worst show.
That's something you want to say about an award show. It wasn't the worst.
It wasn't. They had worse. I will say that.
Oh yes.
So, some of my commentaries, I will say, a lot of people loved Taraji Henson hosting it. I don't think it was her best year. I actually wasn't impressed with her this year.
Because I didn't watch the whole thing, but some of the clip and some I saw, she's done way better as a host. Like, obviously she wasn't bad as Taraji, but I've seen her do way better.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say this in her defense. I don't know if some of it was her, but I watched everybody. Again, I do production. All of us have some experience with productions, with teleprompters, with some form of directing and media. Mm-hmm. A lot of people seem like they were struggling with the teleprompters, because I can tell, well, maybe everybody doesn't know. I can tell when someone's reading a teleprompter.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this. I can tell when someone's not good at reading a teleprompter.
Yeah, I was say rephrase. Because pretty much everybody at a award show is, but you can tell when somebody is
you can tell when it's slowing down. You can tell when it's probably glitching.
Too fast or too fast.
You can tell. And so several different people who are amazing actors and really good, they were struggling. Like Corey Hardick and different people. I was like, okay, these are great people. Yeah, and they're making problems in the way they were speaking. They were fumbling over their words. So I was like, this is the teleprompter. Yeah. So I don't know if some of that was her. Also, the other thing is, and I was telling my husband, some of the jokes and stuff she was saying were landing so flat. And I had at first I was really judging her, and I was like, the show has writers.
Yeah,
so that wasn't her. It's maybe they just had a horrible staff this year. So,
and I'm not even a huge fan of people constantly writing jokes into those award show scripts anyway. So I'm just like, yeah, some, but I'm like, 9 out of 10, when it's too many jokes with other people, they usually don't land.
No,
what
and
I've seen.
A comedian made a good point. One of my favorite comedians made a good point that she's not a comedic actress.
No.
If that was a comedic actress, even if it wasn't funny, they could make it funny. She's not. She's a dramatic actress who can be funny.
Yeah, 2 different things.
That's 2 different things.
Yeah, she's a fun person. Yeah.
Yes. But there's nothing about her that's like, oh, you know Taraji, oh yeah, the comedic actress. No, nobody in life has said that.
No. So you have to consider that, and the people writing should have considered that. All those things make a difference.
Yes.
You know? So like the years
why not write to her strengths?
Exactly.
You know what?
And that's my point. So like the years that like Monique hosted, she killed. And someone like a Monique, that's a comedian, is good with off the cuff stuff. They can ad lib, because that's what they do in the clubs. Even when Queen Latifah did it, well, that's a rapper, so that's kind of the same thing. So it's just like you have to consider who's.
But Queen Latifah is a comedic actress too.
True, that is true, because she did sitcom. So
by the time she started hosting, she was already comedic, so she had at least that mentality.
So it's like you really need to remember who's standing there. You really need to remember who's standing there.
Yes.
You know, even when Will and Jada did it, I actually loved when they did it because their stuff, they were hilarious. Like, and he actually, and they both can do comedy, but he actually was more the comedian than her the year that they hosted. You know, but it's just like you have to know who's standing there. You really, and I think a lot of times the writers don't think about who's really standing there. So I really think they kind of failed her this year, because I even reminded my husband when, I think it was back in 2010, 2011, when her and Terrence hosted together.
Amazing.
You know what? I was thinking about that.
Loved it.
When,
that was iconic.
Ving Rhames came out and he got into his character a little bit too much and scared her a little bit.
Yeah.
She didn't know what to do. She didn't know if she should calm him down to act with him.
She was like, all right, Ving, all right. I didn't know what was happening.
Butter, I know.
Because I reminded him that they brought Tyrese out and they did a scene from Baby Boy. But I was saying that they were perfect. So,
but again, somebody had the idea to write to her strengths. Of course, her doing something with Baby Boy, everybody's gonna love it. Her doing something with Terrence, everybody's gonna love it.
You know what, they started off wrong.
Yeah, that rap.
The rap and her
horrible.
Still talking about the pay, and like, I understand, but I've had enough.
It's a way you can do it,
and that they started off, and I'm pretty sure everybody had, a little eye roll, like, oh my god, still okay.
Yeah, it's a way.
And starting the show off like that, it was like, what is this gonna be?
I mean, if you want to start the show off by dropping a lead balloon in the middle of the room, have at it. It's your host. But I would have probably said you maybe shouldn't. Like, that's going to suck all the energy out of the room. Like, what do you do with that? Like, yep, we can agree with you, but that's not really what we're here for right now, especially opening the show. But,
yeah.
I don't think award shows are platforms for those type of commentaries. I personally don't. And
somebody should have told Donald that too.
I think way too many people talked about, I think it's okay to remind people to vote, but I thought way too many people took their time to talk about and push voting and agendas, and I was just like, that's just not where that needs to happen. All of y'all have public platforms. You need to use them for that. So, and I don't, it just was too off-putting for me. So since we're going there, Killer Mike takes the stage. He did win an award. And you all know what happened with him during the Grammys, right?
Was he?
He got arrested.
He got arrested. He won 3 awards that night. And so when it first hits the news, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, free Killer Mike! Did these white people are so wrong?" And I'm not a person who follows the crowd. I'm a person who I'm gonna just watch and wait, because usually everything comes out in the wash.
Yep.
And I had a feeling he did something wrong. And within 24 hours, the truth came out. Well, I think he didn't have his ticket or something, and the security guard was trying to tell him to wait. He couldn't just walk into the auditorium. And he put his hands on the security guard.
Oh no.
And he assaulted the man and got himself arrested.
Wow.
Oh well. Sir.
Every category he was nominated for, he won an award for that night. He won 3 awards. He was locked up. All his behind had to do was be a decent human being.
And put your ego aside for 2 seconds.
So when he takes the stage at BET Awards, he takes the time to talk about how unjustly he was done in this very room earlier this year, and these people just blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, and they're clapping their hands and they're cheering for him, and I was so disgusted by that. I was so insulted by that. And I told my husband, and I was like, here's my problem. He would have never done that on a Grammy stage or an Oscar stage, but we allow us to do that. And you're telling this next generation that you can exhibit poor behavior and get these awards and get on there and act like you're a victim. You are not a victim. You, sir, were wrong. But you wouldn't do that in front of white people, and you know you wouldn't. But you come in front of us, and we say that's okay. And I said to my husband, if we would hold each other accountable, they should be cutting his mic. At the Grammys, they would play some music and shut you up.
Yeah, them violins come in strong.
What?
You wouldn't even try that. Because we do know how to behave. He probably doesn't. But I just was just like, why is he doing that? And they clapped and cheered for him. And then he switched from that to talking about voting. And I was just like, Sir, take your award and go sit down.
Please, please. I beg of thee.
I just feel undone by that. So several people performed Sunday night. Glorilla performed. Now Glorilla normally gives an amazing performance, and her.
Let me go to my notes because I wrote things down.
I still haven't watched the whole thing. I tried to watch it after we
was
talked.
lackluster.
Exactly. Like I tried to watch the whole thing and I just was like, I'm so not interested in this. This is not doing it for me.
Like glow.
I don't know what happened. What had happened, girl? What had happened?
Okay, so it looked like she was really focused on getting the choreography right.
Oh, that could do it. That could suck the energy out.
Yeah, that could throw you off.
Because
the choreography was cute.
It looked like she was like, you know how you could see people like kind of like, 1, 2, 3, and it's like you could see her doing that.
Yeah.
And that kind of took away from her energy.
Glow, that was kind of complex. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think everybody had a lot of time to get ready either.
Yeah. That could suck your energy out if your focus is on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me because it looked like she now turned and.
Oh yeah, I've seen people, artists who aren't necessarily dance, like they can do choreography, but they're not dancers, and you can usually because it just looks not necessarily stiff, but it's just like this is kind of rough to watch. This is rough for me to watch.
Yeah,
because you can tell it's like they're not comfortable.
It seemed like she couldn't get all the way in because of that. They should probably let her dancers move around her and let her like interact with them, but
or
not
did
make
what
her
a lot of people
bother.
do and give the lead like some stuff that she has to do with everybody else, and then like variations that she just does. But like she shouldn't have had to do what everybody else was doing, like a dancer. Like she shouldn't have had to do that. She ain't like a Janet or a Beyonce or a Jennifer, like people that they dance. So they can do both.
I thought you was talking about Jennifer Hudson. I'm like, I never seen
no, not Jennifer Hudson. I'm saying somebody that we know dances. Mm-hmm. Like they dance. They can do choreography with that's you're gonna get that. If that's not her strength, even though she obviously can dance.
Yeah, she can.
That's not necessarily her. She's not a dancer.
Yeah, I think Megan saved that performance. Mm-hmm. When she came out, because her energy was way higher.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, maybe next time, Glow. You come on. You still kind of new, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she was one of the few that I was looking forward to. So I was like, Glow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the same way I feel, especially because I only lasted like a couple seconds when I tried to watch the video the first time.
Yeah, I didn't get far into.
So how did you feel about Megan Thee Stallion's performance?
I didn't see it. That's the thing. I was like, oh my gosh, that's the one I didn't see.
I didn't see that one either.
Nope, I didn't get to see that one. How'd you feel about it?
I didn't care for it, but I'm not her biggest fan. I mean, I've seen her do good performances. I didn't care for it. Yeah.
This is how I feel about the new rap girls. I stopped having like favorite female rap artists with Nicki Minaj, so I'm done.
Yeah, I pretty much stopped right there.
So
I agree with you there.
How I say like, okay, so I like Glorilla because I feel like I like her personality and I like her flow. Mm-hmm. I don't know her music. All I know is Glow. I'm good. I don't need to know nothing else.
For real,
because I'm done. I'm done. Okay.
That is good. We got that. Make it a little ringtone. Little notifications.
That's all I know. So I like Glorilla. And I like, who else is it? I like Lotto's personality and I like her flow too, but I don't listen to her. I'm not going to listen to her music. Mm-hmm. And that's how I judge the girls now. Mm-hmm. I just have to like your personality and...
I'm not a big fan of Lotto. I mean, she's kind of hit or miss with me. I love Rhapsody. Because Rhapsody reminds me of like MC Lyte and Queen Latifah. She's more... got a message. She's dressed. Number one.
That's a big thing nowadays.
She got clothes on.
Look at all them clothes on your body, girl.
Oh, girl. It seems like it's illegal now.
Now for me, I will say, if you so choose to not be that, I'm not going to demonize you for it. I mean, that's your choice. I wouldn't. Do you?
Yeah.
But
my issue, I had this conversation, and I've had it multiple times. I agree with Angela. It is a choice, and these are all adults. And even MC Lyte said that this is a choice. This is my only problem I have with it is I feel like we're sending our young females a mixed message. So we're saying be empowered. This is your body. No one should shame you. And then we're telling men, respect me, and I don't want you talking crazy to me. So the two can't be in the same space. And that's really where Megan is right now. And she was practically naked, as usual.
That's kind of why I wasn't interested in watching the performance, because I'm like, there's a lot of that.
Well, again, I'll say I have a different mindset, and I'm not voting for every woman in the world to just be naked tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But my whole mindset is it doesn't really matter what somebody has on. You can respect them because you should. Because I don't want to get into not saying you are, but I'm saying I don't want to get into if a woman looks and acts a certain way, then it makes sense you don't respect them. Like, no, it doesn't. Like, I mean, it doesn't for me. I just, personally, that's how I feel about it. Like, just my whole argument is we just want y'all to respect women because you should. You ain't gotta like them, you ain't gotta date them, you ain't gotta marry them.
I 100% want them to be respected. Because I work with young people, so it's just like I want them to be respected, but I'm listening to the rap music and I'm working with the minds of horny young boys, and so I'm just saying I just know what's out there, and I wish that we just saw the world different, but it's just the world that we're in. I wish that a young woman didn't feel like I have to do this. The only way that I can feel my empowerment is to wear some flaws. You can't be empowered and have all yourself covered. That's the only thing I'm saying. So I just that's my only thing that just kind of frustrates me. So I appreciate an MC Light or a Rhapsody or Queen Latifah, but I'm also, maybe just because I'm almost 50, I just can appreciate it, and I wish that we just saw the world whole. So the point that I was getting to was, somebody fired back at me recently and was just like, "Oh, but you come from the generation of Little Kim." I felt the same way about Kim too.
Okay. Let's be like, I'm younger than you, obviously, but I'm not that much younger than you. We all had issues. She was getting pushed back then too. There was just no social media.
Right.
She was getting plenty of pushback back from other women, not just dudes. Like, frankly, I'm gonna just put it this way, and it's gonna sound how it sounds. I don't really care about pushback from men on women. I don't care. I don't need to hear your opinion about. That's not my focus. She had plenty of pushback from other women. That was like, and not even like pick me women that was like trying to kiss up the dudes. That were just like, okay, but this is, you can rap. We can hear you. You got a good flow. There's a lot I'm seeing you I don't want to see though.
When I was looking at the show,
a lot of women dressing like that.
No, not
when I was looking at the show, I was just like, I wish it was more variety, so people won't just see us as a monolith. Like, I understand the the part they were trying to show, but like you
should have been mixed up more.
It should have been mixed up more.
Because it literally was like, you got like a Lauryn Hill who you could barely see her face. She got so many layers on. To somebody in here in two little pieces of tinsel. So it was it was no middle.
I was like, Lauryn Hill over here dressed like the queen of her own individual little country.
For real. She came from her own lands to perform for us.
Okay. And no shade.
No. That's not what I'm saying at all. But she did come out like I came off my throne too.
Of her own individual country, whatever she made up. That's where she reigns, and I love it. Yeah. I wish it was more variety. So because it seemed like the message they're trying to be pushed is like, this is how we are. And we're not a monolith.
No,
we are not. Y'all see the episode of Key and Peele? We are not a monolith.
Yes.
And I guess that's all that I'm trying to. Like, again, these are grown women. If that's and two, I feel like every time I see you, I shouldn't be seeing you at the crack of your behind. Can you sometimes wear some pants and a long shirt? Just occasionally.
I don't even need you to wear a long shirt. I don't need you can wear a crop top. You can wear a swimsuit top. But I'm trying to see a crack of your behind. Your literal behind. Like, I'm looking at crack.
Even when you wear a dress, it's see-through. So I'm just like, just
mix it up. Mix it up for me. Mix it up for me. Like, surprise me.
I'm saying, okay, here's a good point. Beyonce is, in this era, she's sexy a lot, but she does cover up.
Yes. She does what she can.
She can be glamorous.
And generally, you've seen her being super sexy performing. If she's at an award show, if she's just sitting there, she don't be all out like in the streets like that.
No, and even when I looked at the Renaissance, because I was on YouTube, I watched I was in every city. I was all around the world. I followed her. Some of the shows, even every single outfit, she still was. Everything wasn't a leotard. Every outfit was not that.
No.
She still was covered. Some things was, leggings. See, I'm saying you don't have to be half naked or practically naked all the time. But some of these are like sexy. Don't want to talk about her. I don't want to do it.
You almost said it. You almost said
it. We don't even have to mention her. Let's not. Let's
not say we did. Let's not. How about we don't?
I just don't want to. I'm tired.
Wind up.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it.
There's plenty of artists that I can say that's just not my cup of tea. She's just not who I prefer. But I can kind of somehow understand why
somebody would like
generation her. Or somebody else. But that particular artist, I don't
to this day. What am I missing? y'all can't play with me and be like, oh, it's your age. No, y'all not gonna keep using that excuse. Because there's some people I don't feel, but I can understand why somebody else.
No, it's not, because it's girls her age that feel the same way.
So yes. Yeah, so no, y'all not gonna keep on trying to okie doke me.
I don't know how she got a record deal. I don't know how people are going to her concerts. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm done. I'm my favorite.
Like, I'm not an Ice Spice new favorite fan. Like, I'm not an Ice Spice fan, but I can understand why somebody. I don't want to talk about her either. Okay, I can understand why we're not. I can understand why somebody would like Ice. Like, I can understand why somebody would like her. I'm saying
I had never seen her perform till
not
Sunday.
now. I'm talking about when she first came out. She fell off real quick and fast and hard. But when she first came out, when she first came out, I could understand why people kind of liked what they was hearing when she first came out. Like her first, maybe 2 songs.
Yeah.
And then she dropped off real quick and hard because she sounded like it was going to be new.
To my notes.
She sounded like she was going to be a new sound, and then it was like, oh,
I can agree with that.
It's not a new sound.
I cannot.
Bad. Like, this is just bad.
Did you see her performance Sunday? It was.
Let me tell you something.
It was horrendous.
Let me tell you something.
She put on white makeup. She looked white.
Well, she's really light. She is really light.
Did you see her?
She is really light though. She is really light.
Did you see her?
Yes, but I'm saying she now. But and I'm saying I agree with you. She is.
She's pale, but she lights her up.
She had white on.
A platinum wig on somebody that like.
It could have been.
Let me tell you something. Okay, let me say her performance. More energy than usual.
Way more.
Way more energy than usual. But
she
still
might well be napping on the stage boring. Normally. Yeah.
Still boring. Still.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like when she first came
see how
out,
LL looked at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When
he looked like Mrs. LL said, I wish you would.
Look over there. But like that's what I'm saying. When she first came out.
He looked like a disappointed uncle to me.
He probably was. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like when she first not first came out on the stage. I'm talking about first came out. Like her first single it was like, oh, this is gonna, and then like even people are tired of that song now quickly. It was just like she was like a flash in the pan, and it was like her sound didn't really change. People realized very quickly her flow isn't that great. Like a lot of her music started sounding the same real quick, and she only had like 3 songs out. Like it was very quickly realized like, oh, we were mistaken. We were all mistaken.
She's in the flow. She cannot stay on the beat.
That's what people were saying. Like that, people realized that. People also realized she doesn't really rap. That she kind of like speaks rhythmically. Like it was like, yeah. So, but like,
I think that like if you ever see her in interviews, she seems like a really nice person and really laid back. And I don't even think this is what she wants to do.
She doesn't seem like it. That's what I'm like. It's people that are like that did like they was like she doesn't seem like she's having fun. She don't seem like she's even putting out music.
I think this is something that's working for her right now. Yeah, but I don't think it's what she wants to do.
No, she doesn't seem like it. I mean, she could. We don't know her. She could. That could just be how her personality is. We could be mistaken. I don't know.
She could have issues with some type of social anxiety or something.
We don't know the girl.
Walker does.
Y'all should have saw her on the red carpet though. She was so pretty.
She looked gorgeous on the red carpet.
She was so pretty.
Beautiful on her.
Just take that picture and hold on to it.
You see, because I saw her on the red carpet before I watched her performance, and I was thinking like, oh, what's like she must have been, put a lot of work in, and we're gonna see something else. Nope. But then you was like, Nope.
We were all
I just personally feel, and I hate to be this person, because I hate it when people did it when I was younger, the older people, but I really do feel like this current music has no content, really.
It doesn't, though. It does, and it's strategic, but it's just, you know what I'm saying? It does, the content, I feel, is strategic, because why is it all the same? And why is it all pointed towards the same people?
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's all the same.
As a whole, it just doesn't. When I think about music from the 80s and 90s, which is our era in the early 2000s, I'm like, it's so drastically different from what kids are listening to now. It's just like, what in the world? It's nothing to grab onto. That's the difference between sitting there between Waka and T.I. was like two different worlds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Waka is different from this mumble rap. Listen, listen.
I was like, let me hear one more person, because that's mumble. Like I'm saying, what all these people had. Now that's the other thing that kind of bothers me, because all these people got all these issues with all these female rappers that's out. Okay, let's talk. They might be dressed because they dudes, but they putting out hot garbage too. Like, let's not all focus because she's naked. They just bad. Some of these dudes, most of these dudes is bad too. They're just bad. Like, they're bad. This is not, I don't understand. No, they're bad. They're bad. They're all bad.
What are they? Angie, I'm not really sure on how you feel about these new male rappers.
Bad. I'm glad you asked. Let me clarify. They're bad. Not all of them. You get a little shiny little nugget or something every once in a while. But what's getting pushed is like, could you stop pushing those people for a second and focus on the talent over here that y'all for some reason keep ignoring? Right. What's his name?
Like Tyler the Creator.
Or no, I'm talking about newer people like Shabuzi. Push Shabuzi.
Oh yeah.
That's talent. That's skill. Give me more Shabuzi.
Awesome. I love Shabuzi.
Yeah.
Well, it was one. Awesome. I still got to see that. It was one more thing I wanted to say about Ice Spice is they let her perform her diss track to Lotto, and I think that was irresponsible.
Why would y'all do that?
I agree.
Why would y'all even?
Because Lotto was there.
But I'm saying, why would y'all even? That's my point. Why would y'all do that?
Because even if Lotto and that's what I'm saying, like even if Lotto and Ice Spice had to understand like this is industry stuff, right? What if there's somebody with their crew, felt like they wanted to, do something about it? What if one of their fans wanted to, I think that was really irresponsible.
That was, yeah. Unless they were like, that's one of her best songs. And they were like, can you just do that one? That's all we got.
I looked in the comments and somebody was like, they need to get her mad more often, because this was even though the performance lacked a lot of energy, it still had like the most energy that I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's why I was like, they could have been like, this is her best song, and just do this in this track. We don't want nothing else.
That was irresponsible though. Anything could have happened.
Well, I don't know.
And I think Lotto, the performance I've seen her do, I didn't even think she did the best she could have done either. Maybe she was thrown off by that because Ice Spice went before her.
Oh, I was wondering what order it was in.
Yeah.
Could have.
She still did better than Ice Spice.
True. And I'm going to tell you who else disappointed me was Tanner Adele.
when she was still in the car, I was yes. But after she got out the car, I was no.
She got out the car.
Something went wrong when she got out the car.
Should have stayed in the car.
I was like, Daddy, get back in the car, damn it. Daddy, get back in the car. I don't know what happened, but something happened after she got out the car, and I was like, "What's happening? What is happening?" Yeah, it could have been. I don't know. It could have been because she was dancing and trying to sing, and she was nervous because she was at a doing something this big. I don't know, but something happened when she got out the car.
She did seem nervous, and I will be honest. Even when they were talking to her before, she seemed nervous.
Yeah.
So maybe she doesn't. Because she's still new.
She's very new.
Maybe she doesn't do. Because I don't think she's at the touring stage quite yet. Maybe she doesn't do a lot of engaging with audiences and.
I think she's really new, and she just rolled the Beyonce doing country wave, and that's what forced her out.
Yeah.
Because she basically popped off a Buckle Bunny, and that's kind of so she's very new.
Yeah, but she definitely. I picked up on that when they in talking to her right before she went to perform, and I was like, she seemed kind of shaky. So yeah, that because I was like, okay, I'm ready for Tanner, and I was like,
oh no, Tanner, oh no,
and I was like. Y'all making country music look bad tonight. Now, come on, y'all.
I was there. I would have clapped just because I'm like, oh, I believe in you. You got it next time. I believe you can do it. Your next performance gonna be even better.
Actually, I was so glad Shabuzi came on after her because he tore the place up, and then
he did very good.
He to have Jaquan come on and him do Everybody Club get tipsy with his. And everybody in the bar gets hit. I was like, Shaboozing.
That was a very good performance. Like, that was a very good performance.
It was awesome.
I was like, wow.
But he's been performing for a long time.
You could tell. You could tell.
He's not new.
You could tell. You could tell. You could tell the difference. Yeah. Like, you could tell he was comfortable doing what he was doing.
I just, I hope that she gets more. And I hope that, the other thing I saw was, I was like, I hope she doesn't try to turn herself into Beyonce.
Please don't. Please don't do the country. Please don't be country Beyonce. Just be.
And I hope that she doesn't let her people do that to her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I remember Shani talking to us about her right before the album came out. So she was already her own person, but she's new. And so if your celebrity starts to become off of that, because she's younger too, your PR people could try to do that. And it's like, be your own young, vibrant self, and don't, because Beyonce didn't choose you because she was trying to make you her. She chose you because you were you. So, because I looked at her little outfit and I was like, that looks like something Beyonce would have wore with like Destiny's Child or something. I saw that. I did see that. And I was like, I just hope, I want her to stay her. So, yeah, she kind of disappointed me, but I think now Victoria Monet, she played.
Comparatively, she did.
You heard me.
Yeah, comparatively, compared to the other performances.
What else was on offer? Well, hers was like a full, thought out, fully fledged performance, staging idea. She performed very well. Had several dress trades. Like, you could tell it was some effort put in. You can.
Yeah. Yep.
That is yep.
All right, so moving on. I thought Tyler did good. I thought she did really good.
I don't think I saw hers. Nope, I didn't see hers.
Donnie?
I didn't see hers either. I don't really like Tyler like that.
Okay. All right, Will Smith. Did y'all see Will? Did you see Will?
Yeah, I saw Will. I saw Will and Kurt.
Willard?
We saw Willard. I watched his a couple times.
I thought that was really good. I thought that was really smart for PR and everything.
I'm sure people was looking for like a Men in Black or a Summer Bop, and I thought when a person is still rebuilding and rebranding and coming back, he's done everything the right way. His people, he paid the right people to get him back where he needs to be.
Yeah, that was smart. I think that was extra smart. It was a good performance, but I still think it was smart and strategic.
Yeah. And I love the song. I've played it several times since Sunday. I think, and he's at the point in his life he don't really have to prove nothing to nobody no more. He doesn't have to do Miami or Getting Jiggy with It. He doesn't have to do a song like that. He can go whatever route he wants to go. He's not necessarily going to lose a following, because he didn't lose a following even after the Oscar debacle. He didn't really. He didn't. No. People want to say that, but he didn't. The numbers at the box office prove that he didn't.
Yes. I think for sure, because a lot of people kept saying things, quote unquote, reporting things. But I think only thing I know for sure, I think he lost one, maybe two, but I know for sure one project after that.
Why is Chris Rock getting on my nerves out of everybody? And I'm supposed to see him as a victim, but he's the one that's still bothering me the most.
I thought it was just me. I was like, I can't hardly watch or look at him no more. Like, shut up.
You get it. You get it.
Him and his brother. Just hush. Dang.
Now, his brother annoys me more than him. Because his brother...
Now, that's the one. I'm like, this ain't even about you, dude. Why are you talking?
Because he still was talking crazy after Will came out and was like, I apologize to Chris. And Chris was like, yeah, he did apologize. And Chris pretty much was like, done with it in a way. His brother, well, he apologized to us. No, he don't. He didn't slap you. Now, I remember when he put that video out, his people underneath that video talking some, well, I could come slap you and apologize for it then. Because you are now irritating people. Your brother is not helping Chris. Your unfunny brother is not helping. You're irritating.
I never thought he was funny.
Your irritating, less famous, unfunny brother needs to go away. Because nobody was thinking about you till you open your mouth talking to them. He apologized to the family. He apologized to me. Okay, and and he did apologize to y'all family. Fool. Will made the whole thing say, I apologize to Chris. I apologize to his family. Do you want him? What do you want? You want him to call you? That's what you want. And no, he's not going to do that, sir. He's not for that. Nobody wants that. Sit down. But yeah, Chris is good. He's
because I guess I saw because I don't think I'm subscribed to Comedy Hype News, but I keep getting their videos. But I think I saw on there.
Me too. That, that's algorithm trying to mess. And I'm like, what am I getting this?
Right. That Chris Rock, I guess they did a slap joke in the new Bad Boys movie or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And he said something about it.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I must have. Was that Chris Rock who talked about the incident in his stand-up?
Uh-huh. I thought comedians were supposed to be able to joke about anything.
I thought
that's what y'all was all arguing. I thought that was I thought y'all was saying.
But Will isn't a comedian though.
But no. Y'all, we not gonna if your argument is comedians and people you can't joke about because I'm about to say something, not gonna say it, but Chris friends on the Adam Sandler side, we'll put it that way, was all
the SNL people,
and I ain't talking about even the SNL people, but that group, that Adam Sandler group that he put in all his movies. A lot of them was all getting their feelings about it too. And most of y'all ain't stand up nothings. So my point is, if y'all are saying we can't joke about nothing, no, that was a joke. A joke is a joke. A joke is a joke. I'm just saying, if that's gonna be y'all argument, it's not my argument because I don't feel that way. But
I don't want to hear nothing about it from anybody. I don't want to hear about it no more. I don't care if somebody thinks that they have a problem with it or they don't. I don't want to hear about it again.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm just saying, y'all, you can't have it both ways. You can't argue
Exactly.
for we should be able to joke about anything, and then also, but you can't joke about that because it's about me.
And that was 2 years ago. We shouldn't still be talking about it.
I don't want to hear about
and also, that's not the only place people still joke about it. Like, sir, that might be it's people that still have jokes. It's I'm just saying. He would have been better off ignoring it and keeping it moving. Like, because once you call it out, now everybody's gonna be pointing it out more, and it would have just been a passing thing. So I still want to see the movie. I don't care what's in it. So, whatever, Chris.
Okay, what about the Oh, my bad. I'm go ahead, Renee.
Did you all see? Speaking of Ti, did you see Little Eris's performance? It was so cute.
I saw the very beginning. It was really cute, and they kept it age appropriate. It was really cute.
I loved it because it was so age appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
It was the little outfits, the little school scene, the little kid DJ, everything. I was
that is one thing.
Like she was my kid.
Him and Tiny don't play, but they like no, y'all can do, but they don't play. You ain't for just have you out here in the streets like that.
Ain't they all on tour right now? Isn't Tiny on tour with SWV right now?
Yeah, but I thought because actually I thought they wasn't there because they never showed them in the audience. But today I saw the red carpet. He was there. He was on the red carpet with her. So I even love that they didn't make the night about her parents. They made it about her. They didn't have a camera in it because I kept telling Michael, I said they must not be there because they'd have the camera in T.I. or Tiny's face, but maybe they were backstage. Is what it was. But he was on the red carpet.
I can see them being backstage. Yeah.
And what I loved was on the red carpet when they were asking her questions, and she was owning the mic with her little tiny stuff. He didn't speak for her. He let her, so they're preparing her for her own career. And I love that. They were asking her questions. He stood back with a smile on his face and said nothing. He was just a proud dad. And I was just like, I appreciate that. It made me, I just love seeing that because she got 2 megastars for parents. I mean, and she had her little diamond little leather jacket on and stuff. She looked like a rock star, but he let her, and she was answering questions just like a big girl. She was so professional, and she sang at different clubs and spots all over town all weekend. And this is what upset me. This is what I was gonna mention. This ticked me all the way off. So her vocal coach was with her most of the weekend. And then I think the night before she was in, I don't know if it was actually a club, but she was in a spot where a lot of artists were. And this adult that's being paid to be with her and chaperone her. And I guess this lady's song, she was saying part of the song, and they were like, why is she singing this grown song? People all in the comments. And see, they letting her grow up too soon. And she trying to stay in a child's place. Number one, this is not a regular kid.
No. Her life is going to be completely different.
She was singing, the part of the song that she sang wasn't inappropriate. But I was thinking, what type of songs was Michael Jackson singing? And do y'all remember how old he was when they blew up? He was young.
How old he actually was or how old he said he was?
Really?
Either way, he was young.
Yeah.
He was young.
Yeah, real young.
He was young. Nobody had problems with it. He was singing actual love songs.
Yeah.
Which is really weird when you think about it too long.
When think of the pitch of his voice when he's singing "Who's Loving You."
Nobody. Ew. Not you.
As a little boy. That's not fair. And I'm saying she's in the house with a father who's singing trap music, a mother who's singing R&B music. She's hearing everything. It's not like she's singing Coco Melon every day. She's exposed to everything. But I do believe they've done a good job of still keeping her a kid. Because I was even watching something with the 3 of them on YouTube when they were asking her and Tiny what their favorite of his songs was. And she knew only a few of his songs. And some of his songs, when they would bring the album cover up and the song, she would say, I don't know that song. I don't know that song, Daddy. And I was thinking, so he don't rap every song in front of her.
No.
Because it was some of his songs that I was like, nah, I was kind of nervous. And she was saying, I don't know that song. She knew what you know about that. She knew whatever you like. And I think she was familiar with Rubber Band Man, but most of his songs she don't know. Mm-hmm. She may be familiar with, but she didn't know the lyrics to. So I was just like, so they are keeping her a kid. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, but my biggest thing was, is that your child? How about you leave her alone?
What I thought was so adorable was, I said, for me, what stood out to me just because of, choreography and stuff, the amount of times I kept seeing her look off stage.
Thank you.
I was like, it's either one of her parents or the choreographer is off to the side, because she just kept, I saw her.
I saw that too.
I saw her do it several times. Like, she kept looking like, I was like, yeah,
somebody's coaching her.
She's still young, because she don't even know how to cover that up.
No.
Just looking straight at him.
I don't even think it's cover her up. I think they told her, if you get lost, look over here.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying she's not even trying to be like,
yeah,
she's still a kid. She like, what?
Yeah. And she had kids. She had young choreography. They didn't have her grinding, humping nothing.
No, I saw one little teeny tiny body roll, and that was barely a body roll.
that you would get in a dance studio. So they do more in a dance studio.
Yes.
They was just bouncing around the stage. I thought it was cute.
She was dang near covered up to her neck.
Okay. They had turtlenecks on. I was like,
they said
she was covered like Blue Ivy was covered, because Beyonce was like, oh, you're not Beyonce, honey.
But she almost had her in dang hazmat suits.
For real. How many layers can we put on you?
And put these boots on.
Tyler, get a jacket. Get a matching jacket. Somebody got to get the matching jacket.
I don't blame her either.
Shoot. That's what I said. You ain't got to offer up.
That's why I was like, towards the end of the tour, I was like, oh, she took a little coat off.
And that was as far as it went. The most you saw was she didn't wear them big puffy coats no more, and she had sleeveless shirts. That was it.
And she had a little 1-inch heel on her little boot.
That was it. You ain't getting no further.
They do the same thing with North too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't nobody want to say nothing good about the Kardashians.
Nah, I got
I'm not saying nothing about the Kardashians. I'm talking about North.
That's what
I'm gonna say.
Because here's the only thing I don't want to drag nobody's child. I've seen North in her own video, so I'm gonna say this with her talking. My only issue with North is she's allowed to clearly be in grown folk conversations because she talks like an adult. That's my problem with North, which even Kim has said I need to get that under control. Because North tells her off. She said that. North checks me. North tells me off. Like,
I wish you would.
Miara would have. Miara wouldn't be
But
here.
it's encouraged by the other parent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they all need to handle it because it ain't cute. Because I've seen it my own self, and I'm like, oh no.
It's real ugly. The girls be trying to make me listen to her songs. I be like, if you don't leave me alone.
Look now, we as a whole do not talk about kids, so we just gonna leave it alone. North is over there doing her thing. I don't want to be a part of it.
They tell Jalen Delay, don't you pick up that spirit? Don't bring it in this house.
Because you are not Northwest.
That song, they be trying to play her song for me. Like, do you like this? They're like, please stop asking me this, please. I don't want to hear that song again in my life. Please stop. I don't want to hear it again. Let her voice develop. Give her.
I think she was 11, 12, something like that.
I think her
rushing these babies.
That's my biggest thing with North. I just I don't like when people allow children to be in adults' conversations too much because they start talking like adults and because you're going to make me respond to you like an adult, and I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she almost said something about Cardi being Offset while she was on live with Kim, and Kim had to like cover it up real quick.
She was like, "Don't do that." We're not doing it.
Omarion and April's son is like that. He talks way too grown, and April be like, "You better stop." What's his name? Major or something like that. And I'm like, he tells her off and stuff, and I'm like, see, I can't with kids to talk too grown. And he's embarrassed her. He's told their business before. He's told off on her business. Like, see. So the next thing people see me is me beat your behind.
And I'm like, when they act like they don't know how to fix it, take his devices and take his social media access away.
Turn it off.
What is he doing? Like, what y'all? Why do y'all act like you have no control over it? Like, no, you don't. You can't fully stop him talking crazy. You can curb it. You can punish it, whatever. But you can restrict his access to do it publicly. You have the control over that. That's your phone. That's your computer. That's your whatever you use. It's like, no. Yeah, well, no.
They need, and the other thing is do like the old school parents and our grandparents did, which is when I'm talking, why are you in my face? You don't need to be in my conversation.
What? That's what Grandma used to say. Why you
out of my face?
I didn't know I was in there, but what?
Nah, hers. Why you? Yeah, Charlie said it. Why you in my mouth? Like, oh, yeah. I ain't know. Let me find my way up out of there.
Besides being in your mouth, because I was not going to do that.
Let me find somewhere else to be for a minute. In this little house.
I understand. That was not my intention. Let me get out of there.
She was on the phone. She said, she was talking to her friends, and she's like, excuse me, get out of my mouth. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just sitting here watching television.
I don't want to argue with you because, I mean, obviously I'm going to lose argument, but I would, just for the record, just because we have it on the record, that I was in this room when you came in and got on the phone. But it's your house, it's your world. Just as long as it's on the record, it's recorded. We all got it. Stenographer, you got it. Okay. It's on the record. Right. I'll leave.
The phone is in the center of the house where everybody is.
But I'll leave because obviously I came back in somehow when you was in here first, even though I didn't see you. So I mean, obviously I'm confused on the order of events.
It's just one phone in his house and one living room and one television. So. But I mean, that cord that the phone is on does go through the whole house.
But obviously, this is a
find something else to do and somewhere else to be.
I guess I'll go to the bathroom. I mean, I don't really know where else to go. I don't.
Like these magnets on the refrigerator. Rearrange them one more time. This is
obviously something I'm doing. This is
if you were in like in the one bedroom, and then she would have company, and you need to go to the bathroom. She'd say, "Get out of their face," and it was like, I listen.
Okay,
it's just one way to the restroom. I'm so sorry.
See, you say you about to make me do a darn X-Men reference. I'm not Kitty Pryde. I cannot phase through walls. For me to go to the bathroom, I have to leave through a doorway and walk through here. But obviously I have some mystical, magical powers I haven't accessed yet, so I'll try to phase through the wall next time. Stay out of your way. I grew up in a whole big world. What to do? What am I supposed to do?
Confusion.
And you can't even say that. You just be like, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yep. I'm sorry. I got on your face. I didn't mean to be in all of your faces. I'm sorry.
I wasn't trying to be in your face or your mouth. I apologize.
Let me get up out of there. Excuse me. Let me get about your molars.
Let me go find an encyclopedia to look at.
Because obviously you don't have enough encyclopedias, so I'll just try to find one out of this Britannica collection you ordered that nobody uses.
Oh my God. I'm talking about that encyclopedia because if you ask her what does a word mean, be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ask that.
I don't want to go to the library. I don't want to reference section this right now. I don't never mind. I don't care. I don't care about the words.
You wasn't gonna just make you look it up. Then you have to write an essay on what does the word mean. You're like,
now you wonder where our mother got it from. Now you see where our mother got it from.
Hey, I do the same thing. When just the same way mom used to tell us to look in the dictionary, I be telling them Google it.
Yep, you don't know what that word because mom did not play that.
Fight AI.
Mom did
not the same way.
Mom did not play that elephant mess. That when you can read, you don't know the word elephant. What do you mean elephant? What is that?
What are we talking about? How do we get here?
How do we arrive?
How did we get here?
Okay, I got it. Harris, Northwest.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Amarion's son. Grandma. Mom. Y'all, how y'all do the same thing?
Our listeners gonna be like, Lord have mercy.
That's how we
talk all the time.
That's how you had to follow the trail. So that's how the trail ended up where we are right now. Yeah. Which shows we really don't care about the BET Awards because we left as soon as possible. We got off that trail as soon as we could.
But we talk about the Usher tribute.
We talk about
I'm getting there. It's in my notes. I'm getting there.
All right.
All right. So, how do I feel about the Usher tribute?
It was parts I liked more than others.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it. Yeah,
and that's why I do like that the BT YouTube they clipped all the separate parts so I can watch the parts I really liked and not have to go through the ones I don't really want to see.
Okay, so I watched it live, so I had to watch it all the way through. Yeah, that's how I felt.
You know what I think they need to do with Summer Walker? They need to record her in the environment that she's the most comfortable in and show us that.
I don't think it's around people.
But I understand that. And you know what I'm saying? It's probably not around people, but I feel like she would have did a better job and she would do a better job if she was like recorded. Just record her the most comfortable that she could be and just show it to us because she's a good artist.
Yeah.
But you know, she has her struggles and it's and when you kind of empathize with the same struggles, it's kind of triggering or cringy to watch because you feel how she feels and it's not entertaining.
No.
And I didn't know she had really bad social anxiety at first, but now that I know, it is hard to watch. And back to us talking about female artists that wear very revealing clothes. I wonder, because of her anxiety, if she's really comfortable how they dress her or if they just put that on her. Because if she has such anxiety, if you have major social anxiety, I would think, because I know plenty of people with social anxiety, you probably don't want to be that revealed in front of people either.
Yeah.
Because she's usually very revealed in front of people.
I don't know if it's the clothes as much as it's the people.
Yeah, because I don't
looking at her.
Saying the people I know with major social anxiety, and she says she has major social anxiety, usually want to hide somewhere. So why would you want to be half naked? Is what I'm saying. That makes people want to stare at you more.
It's just the way it's set up. It's set up like that, and it's sad that it is, but it is. It's just set up like that, especially for Black women performers.
I do think it's probably more the people, but I'm saying I think the clothes is another part of that. It's
I believe that.
I'm saying it's not healthy at all, and I'm just wondering if she was going to actually truly choose her wardrobe. If I was to actually ask her, is that 100% what she's choosing?
Probably not.
I just don't really think so.
I don't think so either. I wonder. You saying that makes me. Sometimes I wonder when I look at artists, like you see what they're presenting, but then you wonder how would they be if they could 100%, be who they want to be, express themselves the way they want to be.
Right.
That's how I feel about. That's how I feel about Ice Spice. Like, like that's how I feel about a lot of artists, because I know everything is like they try to put you in some type of a persona, or they try to put you in a box that they think will
Like,
sell.
she strikes me, and she's probably more of a tomboy, like, or more of a MC Light type.
Who?
Like, she's probably Ice Spice. Like, she strikes me, if she was to choose, she's probably comfortable in a different skin.
I think she probably wants to be a scientist or something.
I'm saying, when I think about her interviews and the way she talks, I think she's probably more of a comfort. Like, she probably doesn't like sexy things, because all of us do choreography and performance, because she's comfortable performing. She's not like a Summer Walker, but I just think she's probably more of a comfortable in her skin, like a cool, chill type persona than what they're
trying to push her ass.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, so the big deal was that basically everybody, it was an all-female performance except for Childish Gambino, which I thought he did a great job.
That was
that was real good.
When I first slowed down, you don't have to call, I was like, oh, okay. I thought it should have stayed slow, but I understood, first of all, I don't know if everybody knew Jermaine Dupri produced basically the whole segment, and I thought he did.
I figured he did, because they kept cutting to him like every 2 seconds.
I was like, okay, we got it. I don't need to keep seeing him. He's not doing anything.
And I thought he did a great job. So it was like mixed feelings on people that really loved that it was all female and people that thought it shouldn't have been. I had 2 different feelings about it. I wished it was more males in it, but after talking to several different people, it was kind of like, but what males would it have been?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
The top males that it could have been, number one, like a Chris Brown, he's currently on tour. I think Omarion is on tour, because it would have to be someone that could do what he does, which is sing and really dance, right? So it's not a lot of male artists that are as good as him. So the other male artists I thought could have, but I just don't know where he is like a Neo, because he's great. But I don't know where he is. I think he's working on a project right now. But I know for sure Chris Brown is. I just saw him. I forgot what city. He's on an absolute tour right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They could have taken, I think, any member of B2K, because they're all currently working on projects, and they're all phenomenal dancers. And they're all good in their own right. And I think sometimes we think of them so much as a group, we forget that they all individually are amazing. So they could have, and I think Usher would have appreciated it. But I think one of the reasons why they took all females is that they're coining this is the year of the woman. And his audience is primarily female. So it didn't offend me. I don't even think that I picked up on it till kind of toward the end, and then I was kind of like, ain't been no dudes on the stage in a minute.
That's probably where they started off with Childish Gambino, because they was like, this all y'all gonna get.
But a lot of dudes, like even the ones that's like currently, because they could have even just been looking for people that are currently hot, currently putting out stuff.
Right.
And if you're even just looking at the guys that's out, don't none of them perform like this. Like none of them are performers.
So you think music goes in cycles, and we're not kind of in the boy bandy type cycle right now. So
you know what? They should have let Justin Timberlake do something.
He's on tour
BET
right now.
Awards.
He's on tour right now.
He got to pay. He would have still been allowed in, but he's on tour too.
He's on tour.
I think all the people that could have did something was kind of older and on tour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because don't nobody do stuff like that no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do go in cycles, and we're kind of on a kind of a slowed down and did a different type of cycle right now. So I did think about that. I liked and I didn't like Keke Palmer, and I think Keke Palmer is amazing. I think she's super talented. I got the throwback, and he mentioned it in his acceptance speech when I finally got to hear the whole speech that wasn't blurred out by BET. That I guess he used to pull down his pants earlier in his career, so that's why she did it.
In the video.
That's
what he did in the video.
At the end, that's how he ends it. Like he literally takes off his, like he undresses basically at the very end for some reason.
But he used to actually do that on tour because he says that in the speech. But I also felt like she didn't need to do that.
That was weird. It was weird. Yeah, actually, it was weird when he did it in his video. And it was weird when she did it.
It was uncomfortable for me, and even it was uncomfortable for my husband when he saw it. He was kind of like, because he was in the kitchen cooking. He was like, "Oh wait, I wasn't prepared for that."
Yeah, I didn't think she was gonna do that. I thought that was like, you didn't have to do that. But I thought the same thing when I saw his video when I was a teenager too. Like you didn't have to do that. I like when he took off his shoes. You know the move when he took off his shoes and she did the shoes. I thought that was cute with the pants down. I was like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, I just. Yeah, I'm good with that. And I felt like because they had the thing with the concert and the whatever, I kind of felt like you probably didn't need to. I wish she hadn't done it. That's just me.
You wish she wasn't in the performance?
I wish she hadn't done that particular move because
I agree.
The dress and the concert
I agree.
And
it's too much.
That's just and I get that's maybe just the more mature, big picture thinking. But I was like, because social media in the world, people don't add fuels to fire. It wasn't classy to me, and people think of her as a classy woman. So I was just like, sis, we didn't need that.
Yeah, I think she was trying to do exactly what he did in the video, but they could have adjusted it.
Yeah. I was
because that wasn't. It was unnecessary in his video, and it was unnecessary in her performance.
I thought Lato's part was lackluster.
Extremely.
Especially for the song she got.
I was like, what? I was trying to think what other artists could have matched the energy of Little John at the end. Female or not, or male. I couldn't think of anybody though.
I don't. That's a good question. That's a very good question because that song goes hard.
Yeah, and he's the main part of it, you know. So even more than Ludacris to me.
Well, Kiki could have done. Yeah,
that's how I was like.
They could have brought his bag.
Plenty of other people that performed on this very thing could have kept up with his energy. Tiana Taylor could have came back and kept up with it. I guess other people that could have done it.
Yeah, they could have brought her
Tiana
back.
Could have. If she wouldn't have did all that dancing,
But I'm saying, like, it's other people that could have. Again, Kiki was rested up. She was at the top.
Yeah, really.
She was at the beginning.
I thought Tiana was good. I was not in love with Tiana Taylor, but I think she's talented.
I'm not just like but she is very.
Did y'all see her at the Paris fashion show?
I didn't
with the black gown, the showing her abs. Is that the one?
Silver on, and she was oh my gosh, I gotta send y'all that. She did. Oh my god, I can't even talk. I just gotta show y'all.
Okay.
I like her dance. I don't know her songs. I don't
think she's the greatest singer, but I think she can dance for sure.
And that's why she's always there. She's a performer.
Like, people call on her to choreograph a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would give her that 100%. I thought Chloe. Oh, Chloe.
I thought she was perfect for that.
I thought she was perfect for that because that's the persona she wants. So I will say that because she wants to be known as super sexy. So I thought was good for her, but I just don't like seeing her like that. So I think that's me. I think that's a Leah thing. I feel like her auntie, like, oh, Chloe, don't do it, baby girl, don't do it. It's just me.
I think she was the most perfect out of all of them to do what she did. But I understand seeing her perform since she was a little kid,
right? And
then knowing that her vocalist is so strong, she don't have to do none of that.
And I think that's what it is. It's like you're such a beautiful singer and artist. It's like, why are you intentionally selling yourself like that? But that's what she wants, so you have to respect it. But I thought, just artistry wise, so if I take myself out of my personal just opinions, I did think the choreography, the staging of that, just artistically, was really good. I did. But I just, and I feel like, again, like, you can do sexy, you can do all of that, but it's like, she's just, to me, she's about to place herself in a box she may not be able to get out of. That's all she's doing. And
that's
what
I kind of get afraid of for her too. Because her voice is so good. Like, that's what I get afraid of too. But
she's got a stronger voice than her sister, in my opinion. Her voice is stronger than Hallie.
I think they're different.
Yeah.
Because when Hallie was about to do Little Mermaid and she did Part of Your World and I think another song, and she did it at Disney World live. I think I heard her voice in ways I never heard it before. And I know Disney be hard on you. I know Disney be hard on you, but I think their voices are different. Her voice is way lower than Hallie's.
Yeah. So Hallie has a lot more range, I think. She has more range, that's what I'm saying. I think she's boxing herself, and I'm just like, your sister's getting all these opportunities, and you're pigeonholing yourself. You could have the same opportunities, and you're just. But maybe that's what she wants, and that's the thing. I can only say maybe this is what she's wanting. Maybe they're both choosing the path that they want, and so that's why I have to say, you know what? These aren't my children. These are grown women, and they have to kind of respect it. But it is sad to me because I feel like when people were judging Beyonce, like, why aren't you helping? And I'm saying maybe they did have a conversation, and maybe Chloe did say to Beyonce, "This is what I wanted," and Beyonce, who also chose her own path, said, "You know what, boo, do you?" And Beyonce is not responsible for promoting her or helping her. Was like, and just like I charted my own path, you have to do it yourself, boo. Okay.
She basically said the same stuff to Blue Ivy, so
exactly.
Well, that's even why she came out, and when people were like, "Why isn't Beyonce pushing?" She was like, "It's not her job to push just because I'm on her label." Like, it's not her job to
not the label's job.
Carry me through my career. She's like, I'm just on her. Like, what are y'all asking her to do? Like,
people
and
don't
she doesn't even
understand
want
how
that.
business works.
She doesn't even want that.
It is not the label's job to push you. That's people don't understand how business works. That's not the label's job.
No, and she doesn't want that. She doesn't want to have her success directly tied to Beyonce. Like. She like
if it was directly tied to Beyonce, she'd have to be like Beyonce, and she's not.
When I looked at her chart, and me and Angie, we were gonna do a video, put it out when I was going through Venus through all the signs. Chloe is being exactly who she is.
Yep.
You know, and hopefully as she gets older, she'll be able to refine it, and you know, like I would hate for her to be in a box, but she's being who she is. That's why I thought it was the most. It's a whole lot of that, like sexy energy, all that in her chart. So, like, I understand her. That's why I felt like she was the best to do the song that she did and perform the way she did. But at the same time, she doesn't have to just do that. Like, I am afraid of her just being known for that because she's way bigger than that. Both of them are.
I think, for me personally, this is where I don't think she will ever have that. I wouldn't say ever, but I'm saying I don't see her that being a major issue because she does, even though they both are like quiet people in a way. Like, mind your business down my mind. I think her personality is very strong and her sense of self is strong. It is. When she decides or if she decides to switch it up, she's gonna just do it and just do it like she did with this. Like, it is what it is. Like, whatever she decides to do. And I think, and I wouldn't be surprised if part of her doing all this is because people keep saying you shouldn't, and she's like, okay, bet. Because it's like she kind of has me like I'm saying, like, I'm an adult. Y'all can't keep telling me what I shouldn't do because you saw me on TV as a kid. That's weird. And I want to do this. So I think if she decides to do another change and does something else, she's just gonna do it. And right now, she doesn't really seem like she wants to do something different. So she's not. And y'all can suck it. So that's, and you know, and I'm like, I don't have to agree, disagree, or anything. It's like, okay. I kind of feel like she would tell me off if I tried. I'm gonna let you roll with it.
She would in a respectful way.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna let you roll with it, boo. I'm gonna let you roll with
it. So when he got his when he made his acceptance speech, of course, you know, Sunday night BET muted quite a bit of it. And we didn't know why. And at first people was like, he couldn't have been cussing that much. Well, when we finally heard the speech, he was indeed cussing that much.
That's kind of weird. He doesn't usually talk like that.
Apparently he does. He just wasn't letting us hear it. He was.
I mean, I'm saying he don't usually talk like that when he's in public.
He was.
I think a lot more celebrities are like, crazy. I'm tired of y'all. This is who I am. You know how old I am.
Just like Kelly said, this is who I am.
He's like, y'all, look, it is what it is.
Yeah, he was saying other cuss words, but the F-bomb is the one that still gets censored. So he was doing the whole catalog of cuss words, is what I'm saying.
I think that it's a lot of, when I first heard that they censored it so much and he was cussing so much, I think it's a lot of pressure on him with all the Diddy stuff coming out. And I think he just is like, forget it.
Yeah.
Well, he talked about, so I watched the whole speech. He talked about a lot about his dad. So here's the thing. It was very heartfelt. He talked about how he had to come into understanding who he was. He had a lot of issues with his name. Had a lot of issues with his dad not being there. What it meant to be in the business, being young. He had L.A. Reid, Babyface, Jermaine Dupri, Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam on the stage with him. He was saying how they really became his fathers. It was a beautiful speech in that route. And in one way, it was like he was saying he had to learn how to love his father. And in one way, it was kind of like he was low-key kind of still bashing the man. And if your dad hasn't been there, you have to move through your own things. I've been in relationships with men like that, and you can't walk nobody's path.
Did he pass away, though?
He just recently died. So he made, and that's what some people were saying, like he made that maybe a part of his grieving and mourning, and it could be.
Yeah.
I've been through all of that stuff. And so he was saying, like, this is the year of the father, and father's being there for his sons, and we've all seen him be there and very active in his sons' lives and all that stuff, and I'm sure that's a result of his dad not being there. But he could have articulated all of that without the cursing. It was just the constant.
I think he under a lot of pressure.
F that, and it was a lot of F's.
Yeah. So I thought his father passed a couple years ago. Now I'm saying, at first I was thinking maybe he was being like that because of all the pressure and all the people trying to, you know, connect the dots with Diddy and him and stuff because of all this stuff. But if his father, on top of this, if his father just passed away recently and he has all that trauma connected to him, I understand.
Yeah. I think, too, what got me was at the very end, he talks about how we have to be one as a family and do what's best for the kids. And he says to his ex-wife, "You hear me, Tamika, I'm making the first step." And I was like, dang.
Ooh. See, yeah, he under a lot of pressure right now.
Like, what?
Okay. Yikes. Tamika, did you hear him?
Me.
Mika! Yo, Mika! I heard you talking to you. I heard you talking talking to you. You can't make her talk to you, nigga.
He usually has like the swoop persona, but I guess, man, what are they giving these people? What are they giving these people at these award shows? Because whatever they gave Will, they must have gave Usher.
When he first gets up there, he says, I want to warn you, first of all, that I talk a lot and I have a lot to say. So I was like, I think he was letting us know. And then he said I didn't write it present in the moment. So everything he said was off the cuff.
He was real present.
And then like he said something about his son. He talks about his son, and his oldest son is standing there. And then he says to his son toward the end, he said, why are you looking like that? Are you not happy? And I was like he would say something and he'd take a shot. And I was like, does he need a drink or does he need to stop?
No, he probably had too many. Golly.
Yes.
Now I gotta see it.
For real.
I didn't want to see it because people said it was bleeped out so much. So I was like, why would I even try to? But dang. He let all his little get out, didn't he?
Because he talks about how he's been there for his sons and loves his sons, and he does that so much for his sons. And he just looked at his oldest son and he said, "Why are you looking like that? Are you not happy or something? Are you not happy to be?" And I was like,
maybe that was an inside joke between them.
Like, really? I'm sure, like, dang.
Maybe that was an inside joke. That could have been an inside joke between them.
No, he said he was present in the moment. I think he was. I think that's how he really talked to that boy, and he let
probably
the boy have it. But
he probably took his switch before. He probably took his switch before he got the award. Like,
come on. And now here's the other thing I'm going to say. His truth is his truth, and he felt how he felt. But I will say, I felt the cursing was unnecessary. I think, although he felt how he felt about his father, encouraging men, all the things he said, I think half of that still wasn't neat. This is a Lifetime Achievement Award. This is a prestigious award. I think you wouldn't have dared done that on a Grammy stage. And you would not have done that on the Oscar stage. I still feel like, why do we get amongst ourselves and do foolish things? I still felt like I was disappointed in his behavior.
I understand that. When I heard it, I was like, what the heck is wrong with him? Because he don't usually come off like that.
Exactly. I still feel like, and I do have a lot of unpopular opinions. I do feel like, on one hand, I think the BET Awards are awesome. I think we do have to have a place. I know it's culture's finest night. I do think we.
Oh Lord, I hope not. I hope that's not.
I don't think I'd call it.
We
all need to start a 40-day fast.
Wait. Who is this we that's called? You said that's what they.
Well, let me finish my statement. But that's what That's what they started calling it. I know this year. I think it started last year. So let me talk. I would give that to the NAACP Awards before the BET Awards. They didn't give it a date. But anyway,
thank you.
I understand us having a place that's ours that makes us feel proud, and I understand that. So I think there's a need for it, and then I don't think there's a need for it. And here's the reason why. I think when we keep having to separate the Black this, the Latino this, the Asian this, the Native American this, we're still not being, and then we say we need inclusivity. Well, you keep separating and breaking us all apart. And then you say the Oscars so white, the Grammys are so white, they're gonna stay white. And they don't have a reason to be diverse when they know, well, they have BT Awards, and then there's the Latinness, and then the Asians do that. They don't have to diversify because they know that you all still meet and have your own awards. So on one hand, I think the Image Awards are great. I think the BET Awards, in theory, in premise, is good. But I think we're not helping each other. And then we, on top of it, don't help each other because we don't hold Grammy Awards or Oscar Awards standard when we come together. So the BET Awards 20, 30 years ago was amazing. It was top of the line. It is not anymore. It's becoming a Source Award, in my opinion.
That's what I was thinking about.
And where are the Source Awards?
Gone where old boys
should have been.
What is this? Going with his neck. What is his name? Coyle Ray's daddy.
Benzino.
Yeah, I was over here. Benito, Benzino.
Yeah, when the BET Awards first started, it was as elegant. Everyone came dressed beautifully, like they did the Grammys and the Oscars. And now I'm looking at how people come dressed. They wear any old thing. Like and I'm saying we bring our standard down. We're doing that to ourselves. So how the world, and I'm saying it's not just Black people watching, they're watching us.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that speech, although it was heartfelt, you still spoke a way that you wouldn't have done on nobody else's stage but ours.
Yeah.
And on one hand, you could say, well, he did that because he was amongst family, but he wasn't in his grandmama's living room.
Yeah.
So that was still, in some ways, very disappointing to me. And he wasn't getting the male vocalist of the year, because he did get that award, but you were getting a lifetime achievement award. You should have behaved better than that. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could have said most of what you said and still done that better.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody doesn't have to agree with me, because I'm not going to apologize for it. But I still feel like you could have done better than that.
He could have. But I also know they give, not making no excuse, but I know they say it's a lot of alcohol free flowing.
Oh,
yeah.
But not that it's an excuse, because I was like, why would you? The same thing, like, this is a lifetime achievement award. Like, why would you choose this time to show your whole behind? But you know,
his booty cheek.
Now, I will say, this is how I feel. Like, I don't even disagree with what you're saying. I don't want him to apologize. Do not do it. I don't want him to. I honestly, personally, I don't want him to apologize.
No, he shouldn't. I wouldn't want to hear an apology.
Because I would be more mad if he apologized. I'm like, you said it, and you're 40-something years old. You said it. It's not like you beat anybody up. you just cussed a lot. So
just don't do it again.
Yeah, I don't need to hear it from you.
Just
don't
do it again.
Like,
well, you know what they said? I think they said that something about Ben Vereen was his, like, what do you call that? A
mentor,
godfather, or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a rumor that they were rumoring that was his dad for years.
Because I was like, listen, I didn't know the rumor, but when they said that, when he said, I said, oh my God, they look alike.
Yeah, they do.
Remember Zoobly Zoo?
Girl, that's Zoobly Zoo.
When they said, I think it was Aunt Patty. I was watching Aunt Patty video, and she said something about Ben Vereen being his godfather. I was like, wait a doggone minute. Ben Vereen sing and dance, and him and all I could think about was them old Zoobly Zoo TV shows we used to watch on PBS, and that Will Smith episode when he was on there, and I was like, oh my God, they look alike.
Yeah, word on the street is actually his dad, but his mom never confirmed it.
So we gonna leave it on the street.
I've heard that for years.
We gonna leave it on the street. We gonna leave it on the street. I'm not gonna do that to Mrs. Usher Raymond. I mean, I ain't gonna do it to her. If she has not confirmed or denied, we're gonna leave it on the streets. We shall not cast aspersions.
Side by side right now. Remember when Usher did Singing in the Rain? I think he did that live.
Girl,
yeah, I remember that performance.
That was everything.
That's Ben Vereen's son.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Y'all not gonna, we are not. No, we are not saying that. We are not saying that.
Allegedly, what Tiz Lynn say, the streets say.
That is the streets.
The streets be saying.
We are not saying that, Martin Bush's mama. If he was, we applaud you though. Good pick. But we are not saying it, but I'm saying. Good job. If it was to be true, I understand why it had happened. I wouldn't be pleased it was kept secret this long, but we are not going to cast aspersions. That's just what the streets are saying. The Elijah sisters and all of its connected entities are not saying it is a fact. Please don't sue us, Asha, we sorry.
Now the individual ones, what are they saying?
What'd you say?
Angie said, we're not getting sued over no street.
What is the individual one saying? If the interconnected ones ain't saying nothing. What is the individual one?
The individual ones also would not like to be sued, so we are also not saying that.
We're not also not casting aspersions on Mrs. Raymond.
That is just talk in the streets. So
we need to do a side by side.
No, we are not. We are just going to look.
Note to editor.
We are just going to look and make some opinions on what our eyeballs are looking at. Nothing less. You say editor one more time.
Side by side of Usher Raymond and Mr. Beverly, please.
No editor.
Has Usher ever tap dance? That's all I need to know. Have y'all ever seen him tap dancing anywhere?
I've never seen him tap dancing.
I've never seen him tap dance. I've seen him. Well, when he did Singing in the Rain, he did close to it. He definitely can do the movement.
Nope. That is.
He's got the agility.
He has the agility of a trained dancer, not connected to anybody we have spoken about.
A trained Broadway dancer.
Nope, we are not making specifics of who he is looking like. We are just saying he has the moves and agility of a trained dancer in the elements. Whoever, such as somebody who may or may not have been on Broadway, who may or may not have danced with Fosse or anything connected. Who so many people it could be.
Oh, remember Sweet Charity. Ben Vereen was in Sweet Charity. Remember that?
And we are just talking about that as Ben Vereen because we like Sweet Charity. Yes, I remember.
He was in the original Pippin too.
He was in what?
Pippin.
He was in the original Pippin.
Remember? Yeah, y'all remember.
I love me some Pippin.
Yeah, Ben Vereen performed with what's his name? Sammy Davis Jr. Very talented.
Very talented.
Rhythm of Life.
He is also a very talented dancer.
Yep.
As well.
But Usher don't look like Sammy Davis.
He is also a very talented dancer. As well. No, he don't look like no Sammy Davis.
Who's that boy daddy?
No, he's not. Saying that as a fact. These streets going to stay up on this podcast. The streets gonna get us in trouble.
I'm done.
Continue.
I catch my breath. All right. So lastly, there was an incident during the BET Awards, which I thought was poor in the whole skit that was done, period. So there was a part of the show where Taraji was giving people their roses, giving them their flowers through the show. And there was a mix-up with the restaurant reviewer, Keith Lee, and his wife. They were moved out of their seats and put into, I guess, somebody else's seat. And it was botched during the show. The whole thing was cringy, super cringy, horribly cringy. Taraji claims that it was practiced all day. I don't believe that. I think it was done last minute because you're talking to somebody who also does their acting and directing, and it looked so thrown together. But she claims it was rehearsed. Okay. I don't throw them together when I think throw them together.
So, I believe Keith Lee. I heard what Keith Lee said. I believe him.
I do too.
I don't know what he
said. So she called. She number one. She was uncomfortably flirting with him, thinking it was somebody else, and his wife was sitting next to him. And so when she realized it wasn't him, then she tried to clean it up, which was even more cringy. It was just horrible. And then she was like, well, just give him his flower anyway. And she moved on. So I was just like, it was just a mess. And since it was live, you just knew it was like, oh, just make this go away. But at the end of the show, she says, I just want to apologize to Keith Lee. And I forgot who the other person was. And she was like, he was in the wrong seat. And I just want to she was like, give them their flowers anyway. And blah, blah, blah. So it was just, I don't think she should not have even done that at the end of the show. I think she should have been left alone. Mm-hmm. So he did a TikTok the next day. And on the TikTok, he drops the rose on the ground. And he just says that it wasn't my moment. He says, I'm not upset with Taraji. BET moved my wife and I from where we were up front to this seat, and it wasn't the right seat. So he says BET made the mistake, which caused the whole thing to be a mess. Mm-hmm. And he said, for that, it wasn't my rose. It wasn't my moment. He dropped the rose on the ground. He ended up deleting the TikTok. So everyone drags him because they feel like he was attacking Taraji. He says in the TikTok, it wasn't Taraji, it was BT. But everyone feels like they need to defend this very grown woman.
Thank you.
And so what makes it a bigger mess was she in turn does a post on Instagram and drags him. Why she got into the chat, I don't know. Now, you're a bigger star, well-known star. You should have said nothing.
Or at the most, you should have got on and been like, I understand. Thank you for understanding what happened.
And I thought she would have said anything. I thought she just would have said nothing.
But I'm saying if you're going to say something, say that. Yeah. Don't get on and you. But I'm saying if you were going to get on and say thank you for understanding what happened. I'm sorry you got something to kind of like.
But she's been in her feelings lately. She's been in her feelings.
She's been in her feelings since The Color Purple. She's been rolling wrong since The Color Purple.
She needs to get all that under control.
And she drugged him, and she was like, he was wrong. He missed his moment. He needs to do that, just horribly. And just talk about how he missed his moment, and he was being petty, and she was acting like a child. And so he again releases another video saying, I said I had no problem with her. I have no ill will with her. I understood it wasn't her. It was BET. I felt like now this is a back and forth that doesn't need to happen. But he cleared it up because people for 2 days drug him for filth. And I was just like, the internet can be so messy. I just can't take it.
And I don't know why anybody came for Keith Lee, because he is not the one. Like, I don't know why y'all thought he was going to just go off into the shadows.
Did y'all not see when he was practically shutting down restaurants?
Like, okay. He's gonna be respectful with it, but like, what? Like, he's not gonna just sit in the back and be like, "I don't want." He said, "I said what I said."
And you know what? This is what got me. When people in the comments were like, well, "Who was he? He's a nobody," and I was like,
"Okay, well, no, that's not true. That's also not true. That's not true."
And then when people got so cruel, Angie and Shani, it was horrible. Like, people were like, he's supposed to be a Christian, but every time the camera's on, he was mean mugging the camera. Well, first of all, Christians don't sit around like a Cheshire cat.
Thank you. That's weird.
And Nikki said he got social anxiety issues too.
He did, but that's what he said. Number one, he didn't even want to be moved up there, and he told them that. So, and when I looked at all the different frames of him, he again, like Summer Walker, it's apparent he didn't. Mm-hmm. Even on the red carpet, he looked uncomfortable. And I mean, and then this is what I hate. This is what I hate about immaturity. And the reason why I don't, my life is social media, and I took a break from social media. I'm actually getting back into do a lot with my social media. It's for the same thing. And people even did that with me with my cancer journey. People have so much opinion about stuff that's not their life. People started attacking his wife, who had nothing to do with any of it, but standing there. And it's just like, it was just so sad and messy. And who I was the most disappointed in was Taraji.
Yeah.
And it took me back to all the mess that happened with The Color Purple, when I was just like, if you had a statement to say to Oprah or the producers of the show, the movie did not you should have talked to, but you took it to the internet first, and then the people's talk show, and then ultimately, and I'm just gonna be honest, the movie didn't nowhere near make the money back that it was supposed to make, and I'm sure largely based upon your bashing tour that you did, because the movie cost them about almost 150 million, and then I don't even think made 75.
That don't even make sense.
And then when the numbers really started rolling out, then it was, I'm so sorry, we're a family. It's too late now. When Fantasia and Danielle really started saying, like, that's not how I feel, and all that, so you tried to fix it, you've already put your foot in it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I think they started the show off wrong, because don't nobody want to hear that no more. And people started to put her in the same category as Monique, like, okay, we know, we got it.
And I think this it would be even worse than whatever she was doing with the movie, because that still is a big, movie. Most of the people gonna be all right connected to it. As much notoriety as Keith Lee has, he ain't on Taraji notoriety level. So you know what's gonna happen with you doing that. Taraji, you've been in the game too long. You know what's about to happen with you doing that. You know you basically sent more people to attack him on your behalf. Exactly. Which again, let's be for real. I might have been on that whole jumping up and defending random celebrities when I was like a teenager in the early 20s. At 39, why in the world am I gonna show my tail for somebody else don't know me online? Like, Taraji don't need my defense. Like, it's one thing if I'm talking to somebody face to face and I defend somebody that I like. That's one thing. Like when I would be talking to somebody and I haven't felt about the slap of Will. I wasn't all online doing that. Talking about why would I do that? Why would I do? I'm not. Taraji, you just made yourself look ridiculous for no reason.
Horribly ridiculous. And we was just kind of being cool with you again.
For no reason.
I hope she don't Monique herself, because I really like just don't Monique yourself, okay? Because I really like Taraji.
For no reason.
BET Her award was Victoria Monet again for On My Mama. That beat out Beyonce. I really was a little bitter against that.
Which Beyonce?
I think all of hers was Texas Hold'em. No, 16 carriages. That was 16 carriages.
Okay, I can understand that.
Okay.
You think 16? On My Mama beat out 16 carriages?
Not personally, no. But Billboardy, radio-y, yeah.
Yeah. Personally,
radio-y.
Personally,
no.
16 carriages, but you can't listen to 16 carriages every day like On My Mama.
Yeah.
I can't listen to 16 carriages every day because it's too emotional for me.
Yeah. Jalen Brunson won Sportsman of the Year. Group was YS. Gospel inspirational artist is Tim's. I don't actually listen to gospel like that anymore. So
I don't know who that is.
Because again, it all sounds the same. It just doesn't. And Cole Bennett won for video director of the year. I have no clue who this white boy is. So.
Oh no.
Did they say what videos he directed?
I don't remember.
I don't know who that is. Okay.
All right. So lastly,
I don't even watch videos anymore. So
no. Closing out the show was Madame Lauryn Hill. I mean, I definitely differ from my sisters. I've never just been totally in love with Lauryn. I think she's she's a talented artist.
Dang, my body just moved.
She'll survive. You know what? I forgot that she was a rapper. So when she started rapping, I was like, oh yeah, she was a rapper first.
Mm-hmm.
But when she came out, when I was sitting next to my husband, I was texting at first, and I looked up and I was like, what has she got on? What is she doing? I couldn't hear her. I had to close my eyes again to hear her. Like visually, it was assaulting my eyes. So, um, but I didn't think it was a phenomenal performance, but I did think it was a good performance. But somehow, I guess I missed where YG Marley was her son. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So,
his daddy is Marley.
Once I saw that, I was like, okay, well that was precious. That was sweet for sure. I didn't know that she was going to perform for felt like 30 minutes. I was like, good God, she's doing all the songs. Jeez.
Yeah, when I saw the video, it was 13 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They split at Fuji's reunion.
I thought, well, number one, just internal joke. I thought, well, she had to be at the end of the show because she's not been known for being like an opening act and being on time.
Right. They said we're gonna put you at the end because we're not sure when you gonna show up.
Thank you. We don't know what's gonna happen.
This may have been the opening, and they was like, oh, put her at the end.
I don't even think they would have put her at the beginning. I think they know her track record too, but they wouldn't even tested it.
But I thought because there's celebrating more nostalgia and different things. I thought for what that was worth, and I'm all about nostalgia. I'm all about celebrating a person's legacy, their accomplishments. I thought, and people, I do love her. I've loved her since Sister Act 2. Okay. I think she has a beautiful voice, and when the Fugees came out, I was like all in with her. I still listen to Killing Me Softly.
Okay.
Me too.
I'm not. I don't know how else to phrase it, but I thought it was only her and Wyclef.
You didn't?
Why? Tell me why.
I didn't notice him for the longest time. I was like, first of all, I was like, who is
Praz?
Well, I knew you were
Praz. For a minute, I was like, who is this dude that keep walking back? Because when I first looked up, I just kept seeing somebody like that was like in the background. It wasn't like he wasn't like in the front at first. I was like, who is this extra dude to keep? And I was like, oh,
not the extra dude.
I'm sorry, bro. Because he was like back like towards like where the instruments was. He was like dark and he wasn't. Praz was never really front and center a lot anyway. So it was like, it took me a second and I was like, oh, there he is. Hey, Praz, how you doing?
I couldn't really, I thought that when I was hearing her son, I was hearing Wyclef because he sounds just like a mixture of Wyclef and his grandfather, like for real.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that his father took her through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot. And possibly caused her some mental breaks. So I was glad to see her supporting her son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And stepping in ways that maybe the other parent could have but didn't. So I'm glad that it seems like she waited for. Now I don't know his career. I don't know if she said introducing, so I'm guessing he just came out.
He's fairly new.
So, because I don't know, I know that it'd be a new Marley every.
Oh my God, so many Marleys. It is so many Marleys. Yeah, he's fairly.
It's a new Marley that come out and watch Ashley Say So videos about Bob Marley because it's not the One Love movie, no. But the way he did his wife, his dark skinned wife, the first one that had all the kids, was really wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really wrong. And I think that kind of passed down to some of his sons, and that's why Lauren got treated the way she got treated by her baby's father. But I'm glad that she rose up above that and was still, supporting her son in the decision that, he wanted to make to get into the music industry, because he does have a good voice. He has a nice voice.
Because I went and actually looked up his song. It's very good. I'm glad she came from her lands to come perform.
Right.
Boy, she looked hot to me.
Well, I mean, it's busy. It's very.
You know what I was like? I said I thought she should have named it. Like if she would have just named, like, give it a name, because it's really now part of the show. So
yeah. It was like a whole nother performer on the stage.
I kept expecting something to come off because it was so like I was like, she got to be about to take something off.
Nope. She might have. I wouldn't have been surprised if she put more on. I would not have been surprised if she came, busted out, and added some more stuff. Like, I'd have been like, that makes sense. That makes sense. Nah, I wouldn't have some people like, why she? It all makes sense. If she had added more jewelry, a hat, and she just added, I'd have been like, cool, Laura, cool, great. What do you, boo? Wonderful. I wouldn't even been surprised. I'd just been like, okay. I understand.
This is how they do in the land where she's from.
I understand what you're doing. I feel what's happening right now. Somebody came out with a cape. Like, I mean, I just been like, all this, I follow what's happening. I follow everything that's happening right now.
Okay, why? Because this is Lauryn Hill, okay?
For real, like, do you see what's happening? Like, this is what her and her people do.
We've all been on stages with TV lights. You know she had to been hot.
She no longer feels heat. She is above that. She has
She's way above heat.
She has transcended.
She probably had fans sold into whatever that was.
Oh, speaking of transcendent, why?
But I'm saying she didn't look hot. She didn't move hot. She didn't. I'm just saying she looked comfortable.
She got anemia. She anemic.
She looked completely comfortable.
She anemic. That's what it is.
She looked relaxed, calm, and comfortable to me. So
when she first started her set, I was like, dang, this feel like praise and worship, especially after the rest of the show that we saw. Mm-hmm. And then she said something like praise or praise him or something like that. And then she was talking about Christ consciousness. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yep. Because it felt a lot like praise and worship, where like it wasn't like it was structured, but it was like you could move within the structure, just like praise and worship. Like, you know, you can follow, you know, you can move it where you feel God's leading you. That's what it felt like to me.
Well, her son,
she's a very spiritual
YG Marley's song is Praise Jah in the Moonlight. So I'm saying I think they're just very spiritual.
Yeah, she's a very spiritual person. And I was thinking of, speaking of being late, because you know when they did the 25-year reunion of Sister Act 2 on The View, they ended up I think it was after they did Oh Happy Day that they ended up getting caught up in the spirit. And people kept asking where she was. She got there after the show. She was late for that.
Oh my God. Not to The View. Oh my God, Lord.
Not just The View. The reunion of that.
No, this is a problem. Oh my Lord. Because I was like, well, maybe some stuff didn't work out. Because, oh my God, Lauren.
That's what I told you. I said BT was not going to put nothing with her at the top of the hour. I mean, the top of the show.
Lauren need to talk to somebody.
I would have been like, somebody wake me up and pick me up, dress me, and take me to The View.
Lauren needs to talk to somebody, okay?
Because she has a habit of either being extremely late to her shows or just not showing up at all. So
she needs to speak to someone, because at this point,
this is a problem. This is becoming
this is just a symptom
of something
of a much deeper issue. That's a problem.
You can't come out at your concerts 2 hours late and then telling people you need to be glad I came out here at all. Not people paying for no darn tickets, and our tickets ain't $20.
Excuse me, Miss one CD quitter.
Thank you. Like, let's be like, I'm gonna support Miss Lauryn Hill because I like Miss Lauryn Hill. But if we go actually be honest, if we gonna be honest, you have 2 album releases and that unplugged debacle that we try not to acknowledge. And we make a lot of caveats and excuses for some of the stuff that's on there. If
Like,
we
Your
gonna
album
be
releases,
the
honest,
lack of
and your
hydration.
album releases ain't recently.
because if we gonna be honest, a lot of folks that support, we know the pieces we do for the Unplugged album. She was going through a lot. She had her voice. She had just blew her voice out because she was on too. She was. We make all the excuses. We all do it. But she only got 2 album releases. 2.
Yeah, she's going off on some people. I know when she did the one in Vegas, I think last year, and she really went off on them, and she was like 2 or 2.5 hours late, and she was like, "Y'all need to be glad I even came out here." And here's the thing: you got to be humble. You're not new to this industry, and when you say, and she said something like, "I'm still a mother. I got kids. You don't have babies."
Well, Lauren.
No, nobody's a baby.
Lauren.
She ain't got no new baby. You don't have a new baby. You don't have an arm baby. You don't have a toddler. And you can pay. I mean, she's not billions dollars because we know about the tax stuff, and you've been locked up. But I mean, you got money. You can get a nanny, and you got older kids to help. But none of these things are these people's problems that pay tickets. Your tickets ain't $15, and people got to pay parking and all that stuff. And you just need to do better and be better. And you don't never tell a paying customer you need to be glad I came out here at all.
Yeah, that's messed up.
No, ma'am.
But that's why I'm saying she needs to talk to somebody because she don't understand. Like, and then her daughter even came out with misuse of a child accusations. You know, her being too harsh on them, and especially her, and things like that. And I do think that her relationships, even including Wyclef, which we try to ignore, her relationships really caused her.
I don't ignore that.
Caused her to have mental breaks.
He was married and she had a miscarriage. She was pregnant by him. I don't ever ignore that. He ignores it.
No, he ignores it. Hardcore ignores.
And wait. Speaking of pros, I tell you who don't ignore it is him because he was like, them 2 Negroes broke up the group. I was cool.
Yeah. Yep. That is. Yeah, he do say that now.
He does say it. He does. That is what he says. Yeah, but she, even just when she does speak, I don't think she even acknowledges that she has something going on. Like
it's something going on.
She makes it seem like a lot of stuff is people making it look like she has something going on because she does that whole loop around logic that's like I don't really have something going on.
Conspiracy theory.
People that try to make me look crazy and it's like Lauren.
I love that she's spiritual, but I think she's on almost to the other side. You're almost too spiritual where you're not honest with yourself.
She's not grounded.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to be real, man.
That's what I'm saying. Do I believe that some stuff squirrely happened to you in the industry? Yes.
Yep.
Do I believe that some stuff happened to you, relationships in your life? Heck yes. But can we also admit that is something else going on?
You got work to do.
that you might want to look into. Because we might not have really noticed it before. But by the time that Unplugged thing happened, we was like, ooh, no. Something's happening. Something's going
We've been ignoring
wrong.
things.
Something's very wrong. And so, by the time we get to this point where you just not showing up to concerts, showing up hours late to concerts, cussing out and yelling at your people that's at the concert, Lauren, Miss Hill. Like, yeah. Maybe her subjects can help her in her lands. I don't know.
In the lands of Lauren.
I don't know what else.
I'll tell you what, a few of these artists need to get it together because Shaka Khan's getting a bad name right now, and what's her name? Anita Baker. She started.
Oh, Anita don't care no more. They always said she was kind of mean, but they say she getting worse and worse.
Anita been canceled from concerts and ain't even say it why, just canceled. Like right before the show. And I wish I would pay for a ticket to a concert and it's canceled and you don't tell me why. I'll be at your front door. I'll be out your gate. Tell me
I need an explanation.
I'm here for my $60, please. Thank you.
Or sing me a song. You got 2 options.
I don't want a refund for them little ponytails and wigs they be putting on her. Like, who be doing that?
I think Anita might need to go ahead and retire and just do like Tina and just come out. Tina and Diana just come out the house occasionally. Wait, Tina, Diana, and Barbara. Barbara come out every 10 to 15 years and do one concert and then go back in the house.
I don't know. Now, when I saw
with friends and go home.
Thank you. When I saw Anita was on tour, I was like, why is she on tour?
She said this her last one, but they said she been, even the ones before this one, they said she been mean.
She getting older.
She just doing it for the check, obviously. She don't want to do it.
Then you shouldn't have did it.
Well, but you're not getting a check because you're not doing the concert. You can't get paid if you ain't singing.
I know if I pay for, which I mean, as much as I like her music, I'm not paying for an Anita Baker ticket. I'm sorry. I don't need to go see her live.
They said Shaka Khan been going off on people too.
And well, she's been into the drugs and things.
Well, that's not now. See, it's a little bit more surprising because of Anita, because that wasn't her. You know, even though you hear the stories now more and more often. Shaka is like, yeah. I mean,
like you get the whole package when you get Shaka.
You kind of when people say it, it's
you're
like
gonna get high, you're gonna get lows.
She's way better.
With Shaka.
Yeah, she's way better when she's sober. When she dibble dabble back into it, we get this again.
You get a trick bag.
Yeah, sober Shaka, she just sassy. Sober Shaka's just sassy. She just a little sassy grandma.
And we should know this by now.
When Shaka's not sober,
is our fault.
Really, like this is that's what I'm saying. Anybody talking about Shaka is like, okay, I mean, then don't work with her. I don't know what to tell you at this point. You kind of like, well, you want me to fake surprise? What? Shaka rude? No. Was she? Not Shaka. No. Not like, yeah, if you know anything about Shaka, it's like, should she be acting that way? No. Does she have a history of acting this way? Yes.
Oh, she got a history because when they remember back in the 90s when they was doing the those divas concerts, they kicked Shaka and Mariah got kicked out. They was like,
y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much.
We are not big enough for y'all.
Y'all are doing way too much. This is y'all can't be divas with us. You can't outdo the
right there, and you're like.
And if we're gonna be honest, at that point, Mariah you kind of was above your diva station with the divas that was present.
Right, really. That wasn't your pay grade yet, boo.
Not quite. You was a little. Wait, calm down. And Shaka, we know your career. You like an iconic. Shaka is like a diva as far as iconic status, but it's not like your career is just.
But they still had that. But that was when you still had Gladys and Patty and Aretha there. So I'm like, you're a diva, but we still had like the divas there. And when they're saying you doing too much, you doing too much.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like Shaka, you know, you got huge gaps in your career where you wasn't doing nothing. These women were still out in the streets, and they were still doing their thing.
In her career, they said Riri could read you and gather you all the way up. But they said she still was a kind person. But now get on her bad side, she get you straight.
Well, get on your bad side. Well, get on your bad side, you kicked off the tour. There you go. You kicked out the show. That's how that's what happened.
Then she just gonna talk about your gowns.
There you go.
Then you're gonna have to remember. I'm sorry, I'm just cleaning up soul, and you're Shaka Khan. So I mean we're done.
If we're gonna be, that's why I said Shaka. I understand why she was there. Iconic. What she had, what she did do and does do. She had a seat at the table. Fine, but if we looking at who also was there, you was getting a blessing.
Patty
you was getting a blessing to be there. They was blessing you to be there.
Thank you.
Patty Gladys and Riri, just chill, okay?
Yeah.
Just chill. If they there, just chill. Just
know
your place.
All of them was still most, I think all of them still singing, all of them doing at least small tours, putting out albums still. You should have just, you should have just been grateful. And Mariah should have just sat out and shut up and got out their mouth like a good child.
Have y'all watched the reality? We're gonna wrap it up in a minute, but have y'all watched the reality show Bling Empire on Netflix?
No.
I heard of it. I don't think I watched it.
Let me tell you something. It is the you want to talk about real divas? These Asian rich people, they take, because these are like millionaire billionaires. They take being divas and being petty to a level that black folks don't even know how to play the game.
I don't even know. Yeah, I see. I did see some. They on another.
There was. Yeah. I was like, I just want to sit at the table of this type of rich pettiness. Like this lady.
They already don't really care what they say to anybody as long as they're being honest. They feel like it's all right.
Yeah.
But they don't even talk all the time. It's they make moves with stuff. So this lady, one of the stars, she actually just recently died, but one of the stars of the show, she had this big dinner party. And one of the ladies who was like really jealous of her, and her husband is like this in this big royal dynasty in China. And so she constantly throws this around and they have all this money. And she was just rubbing Christine wrong. And so Christine, she was like, and the way they do it is the closer you sit to the host means that you're in favor with them and you mean the most. And so this lady is just running her mouth and talking about a lady behind her back. And so Christine walks in to the caterers and doesn't say a word. And she just says, take her place card, move it at the end of the table. Says nothing else. So when everybody comes in, everybody knows this because they know everybody's financial status. So when she comes in, she says, I thought we'd be sitting next to Christine because she's the host. Christine never looks at her, never says a word to her. And I was like, oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. That's that old money class. That's that old fashioned type of stuff that you learn. That's that stuff that's a whole nother level of just
it's passed down from generation to generation.
That you ain't even got to say a word, but everybody knows. Now everybody knows. Now everybody knows.
Everybody's whispering like, why can't I connect to Christine? Christine never addressed it.
She didn't. That was her addressing it. Where's her butt sitting?
Listen, I was like, ooh, I want to be at that dinner so bad.
She addressed it. She's like, where's her behind sitting at? Is it next to me? No? Okay. Well, I've said what needed to be said.
Wait a minute, so this is a reality show or a drama?
It's a reality
show. Oh my God.
But it's like really extremely wealthy like Asian people.
Episode. That is like the first episode. But I tell you, I was hooked. I binge watched all 3 seasons. I couldn't listen. These people bring a different level of drama. Real Housewives, I got nothing on these folks.
No.
Nothing.
Dang.
No. It's something else. Like the few little things I've seen, it's like, I don't even know. Y'all,
I don't think I ever saw one fight. I don't think nobody ever put nobody's hands on nothing. These people fight with their
it's just
money.
It's all mental.
It's
mental
all
warfare.
Really their fighting is status and respect. So they know what everything means when it comes to status and respect.
They do stuff like host parties and don't invite this one person, but it goes, why is Peter here? Oh my God, you didn't invite Peter? And Peter's like, you had a party, I wasn't invited. And they know, oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then they like, cause they don't raise their voices. They'll be like talking like, hey, where's Peter? And then somebody like Christina will say, I don't know, where is Peter? And I'll be like, ooh.
I'm gonna go ahead and drink my wine over here. I'm gonna shut my mouth and drink my wine. Cause she ain't finna uninvite me.
That's some serious stuff right there. I've been learning more and more about these different cultures because I listen to what's her name, Rotten Mango, and she tells stories a lot about like people from Hong Kong and Japan, and it's like the way that they communicate and like do certain things is like, oh my, it has a different sting to it.
Girl, they be stinking, honey. Bang! The lady Christine, she had this very super expensive diamond. I think it was diamond necklace, or I think it was diamond and emerald necklace. It was hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the lady that's like her nemesis went and had her husband buy her this necklace. So she comes to this party and she makes sure she said, I have a necklace just like yours. And it's supposed to be like one of a kind. And Christine looks at her and she said, oh, honey, this isn't just like mine. Mine is one of a kind. Yours is close though. And walked off. And I was like,
oh, girl, your face.
Close though.
Oh.
Almost boo boo.
Oh. And as the song says, almost doesn't count.
No. And she's just like, oh, it's cute that you want to be like me. It's just like, remember watching Dynasty back in the day with Diane Carroll,
oh my God,
her and Joan used to fight. It's like like we're not gonna do a lot of violence. Like, I got you with my word. You handle this. And they show up with like, a Lamborghini. See my new Lamborghini?
Because they'll say stuff like, "Oh yes, I was looking at one like that 2 years ago," and it's like, and they'll just say things just like, "Oh, yikes."
I mean, the way that they fight is just unreal. Like, I mean, they'll just stuff like, "Well, I invited you. I had a party." They was like, "Well, I was out buying a house. I didn't have time." It was just like,
like, sheesh.
Out 50 acres of property. I just, it got away from me. I was just like, Real Housewives out here being petty and slapping each other around. These people are throwing away millions of dollars.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that. Like the thing is like they're very much about status. So that's really what it boils down to. Which is, I mean, I have issues with that as a whole, but it's very entertaining to watch.
Right.
Like, I would not legitimately want to be involved with any, like, even on the fact they're not flipping tables and stuff, I wouldn't want to be around none of them, because that's just, I ain't got time to be sitting over here getting mentally attacked every time I do something. But it's fun to watch. Yeah, they something else. They are something.
You will want to watch them. The Africa one is similar because there's very rich African people.
They're culturally,
girl, and
the way they be like,
the African people is the African women do read you for filth. Like African women, and African men. Now the thing about African men, like they get with you too, and they'll be like, "Oh, look at you, you nothing. You don't have riches. You don't look as good as me." Like the men. Like, what?
I think I probably would want to watch the African one just because I just got to see that one. Now, what's that one called?
That one is I'm gonna be delivering from reality shows one day.
I like when African people be asking other people if are you okay, because that has a certain sting that is like, I'm really concerned, and also I want to draw attention to how dumb you are right now.
Really?
Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Like,
oh,
is everything all right there? Cause
you acting real.
That's Young, Famous, and African.
I'll be checking that out.
Yeah,
I'll be checking that out. I definitely want to check, because now I do know that they can read you now. They can read you.
They read you, honey.
Just full of shame. After they done with you, I am shamed.
And it's the way that we can laugh at you. Like, there's somebody do something else, you're like,
like a child.
Okay.
They laugh at you like a particularly silly child, which is worse than if somebody just busted out laughing in your face. Like, and that laugh is like
Africans do. The thing that Africans do, because Africans are status, and this particular series, they're one thing I appreciated was they showed the fashions of these South Africans and Nigerians, and how really wealthy these people. So they showed Africa in a way that I'm so happy that they showed Africa. And so some of these people come into parties and they'll be like, "What did you just wear here? What did you wear?" And it's not that none of it is cheap stuff, but they'll be like, "This is $1,500." They'll be like, "Oh my God." Yeah. that's like rags. And I'm like, okay, that's the African goodwill, I guess. But,
I was well, if you don't want it, I wear
it. It is so aesthetically beautiful to watch. Number one, because everybody looks great, everybody lives great, everyone's driving great. Number one, it just is. All the women look like models. Is beautiful. But it makes you proud as a Black person to watch, even people that have drama. So they're a little bit messier than the Asian people, but just to see these Black people with money is awesome. But I can't watch the little petty stuff on Bravo after watching these people with some money.
No, because it has a different. Well, I don't really even watch those type of reality shows anymore. It was too much. I can't just watch stuff that's that much, that level of just constant arguing and I can't.
These people don't put no hands, and that's what I'm telling you. When you see people fight with their words and their status and their money, it's a new level of just like, whoa, it's something. But this has been an awesome show. Yeah, I got stuff to watch on Netflix this weekend. Now you know what to do. You got to put in your queue bob.
And I'm highly upset somehow somebody out in the audience tricked us into reviewing the BET Awards, which I distinctly remember saying we weren't gonna watch last episode.
Not distinctly.
I distinctly recall us saying we were not going to watch it or review it, and look where we are. Somebody else did this. I'm gonna find who out there was put this out in the atmosphere.
It was a fun chat. It was a fun chat, and I think anytime that you all can get to see and hear how we talk as sisters, I think you have a fabulous time. So I am now going to take a break, have me a little sip of some juice, and sit back. I think I'm going to watch some Bling Empire. Actually, now I got it on my mind now.
You made me want to watch. What is that's on Netflix?
Yeah.
I'm definitely watching that tonight. I'm probably going to binge watch it.
Like you can't ever your reaction will literally be like, ooh.
Once you watch one episode, you're gonna have to keep watching. I'm trying to tell you, it will get you
I think I have that on something to watch, but you know you keep adding stuff to Netflix and you forget what's on there.
I will tell you, it was so good. I literally downloaded it on my phone to watch when I was on a flight. That's how good it was.
Dang.
You were serious.
It was that good. So you'll enjoy it, and then tell me what you think about it. I'm trying to tell you, they something else. They a new level. They're a new level of petty. It's different. They make me want to make more money just so I can kind of be close to it.
You gonna make me watch Bling Empire, then the African one, and then compare and contrast.
Not compare and contrast. Okay. I went on Netflix to save it to watch later. And first of all, Netflix done did a whole nother thing. I went on and they had a whole big banner with the world premiere, and I was like, what is Netflix doing right now? Beverly Hills Cop Axel F is out. So thank you, Netflix, for throwing it in my face. So I'll be watching that as well.
A world premiere of what?
Beverly Hills Cop Axel.
Oh yeah, the Axel that came out yesterday.
I wish I was excited about that.
I just want to see it. I want to see it.
Because I never seen none of the Beverly Hills. I never been interested in them.
Oh, my husband made me binge watch all three of them, so I'm caught up.
I saw the first one I liked. The second one was okay. And then I do not acknowledge any of the others.
Was Kevin Bacon in some of the older ones? Because they're making a big deal out of Kevin Bacon being in this.
He's replacing the chief that died in the third one.
Mm-hmm. Oh. No, yeah, he wasn't in any of the others.
Which I think is what, just side note, I think it's kind of like a mirror in Bad Boys, while the captain died in the third one. I think is similar. But anyway.
All I know is when you go on Netflix and they have the collection, they have the first Beverly Hills Cop, they have the second Beverly Hills Cop, and then they have the new one.
Of course.
So I think they kind of, everybody's like, there were no other movies.
I'm probably going to watch this one because I like Eddie Murphy movies. I just don't like his older movies, and I don't like the movies when he was trying to be cute, like Boomerang.
Yeah, I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he wasn't trying to be cute. He was still.
He just wanted to be
Well,
funny.
I like Life and movies like that.
But yeah, let's go because we gonna get off track again. So
yeah. Well, let me know what y'all think about Bling Empire though.
I'm gonna watch that and you said young African and black. I mean young Richard African.
Young famous and African.
Okay. I might check that out. I will be checking that. It's I need to go because I know I'm gonna just watch some stuff this weekend because I need to decompress because work stuff I got decompressed, so it's gonna be some stuff I need to watch. It's just gonna be fun, and I can watch a bunch of little classy, messy people. I want to see some classy, messy.
All right. Well, it's been a joy to chat with you, my sisters, and it's been a joy to go ahead and engage with our audience. We hope that you all had a good time. Tell us what you thought about the BET Awards. What were your highlights? Who were your favorite performances? Did your favorite people win? Or were you rooting for someone who didn't win? Let us know. Did you enjoy Usher's acceptance speech? Did you think it was from the heart? Did you hear the actual speech, or were you a part of the part that was censored? Let us know. We want to hear your opinion and your thoughts. We definitely look forward to it and sharing with you. Until then, I'm Leah.
I'm Shani.
And I'm Angelique.
Thank you for allowing our family to be a part of your family. And until next time, you have a wonderful night.